episode 25 when we ventured down this path of video game goodness. It's been a long time since we actually twiddled our thumbs, if you would, on this topic. So if you guys want, sit back, man up, plug in, put that memory stick in. It's time for the Loki and Jabroni Show. And how's everybody doing out there today? Right here in Valhalla Studios. As always, I am Loki. To the left of me today,
I'm Jabroni.
as always. But the change in situations is we're not looking across the table. We're looking across this way to see our man in the box has moved to the other side of the complex.
Yes.
He didn't want to be around us anymore.
Something about showers and stinking.
It was pretty sad, man.
It's all right.
I know to stay away the day after the Easter party.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Although that lamb was spectacular, man.
All of it was banging. Leave it to this guy to cook up a
You had
fantastic
lamb?
spread. Yes. Where
Dude,
were you?
I had lamb, I had ham, we had a pork loin that
Lamb,
lasted
ham,
all about
pork.
5 minutes.
Yeah. I don't think I saw the pork at all. I saw it come off the rotisserie.
If it's anything like the Thanksgiving ham, I'm sure I missed out.
It was just as good.
Oh yeah, it was done a little bit differently, but yeah, it was
Just as good.
definitely. I ended up smoking the lamb leg, and that came out with cherry smoke wood. Oh, it was good.
You did good.
Yeah,
You really did good.
It was fantastic.
Never a bad time here at the
I had a
holidays.
It's all right, dude. It looked like you had a good
So
old
once
time,
they
man.
processed your bail, you were able to go home?
Yep.
Okay, good. Very good.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go around real quick. What's on everybody's mind? I'm gonna hit mine off with a little happiness. The Boston Marathon, of course, being today, Patriots Day. So I have my Boston Ale in my Boston Red Sox cup, and the Boston Red Sox beat the Rays earlier today. So it can't get any better than that right now.
Yes,
So-
it can.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yes, it can, because of that $200 donation just a shy bit a week ago.
Oh,
I got to get dressed for the occasion. So, same hat, which, by the way, the hat is going at the end of the month. Frank Sadowski donated $25. He was the first one to come in after I said, if you donate $25, you get the hat. So, congratulations, Frank, on your hat.
Ooh.
Now,
I don't like this. This is getting dangerously close to that 2,000.
yeah, I know. You're freaking out there, sweater boy. And I understand it. It can't be easy to have 6 inches of hair
easy,
forcibly
big
removed from your
cheesy.
chest. And you're not answering. I can understand. You're a little scared over there. I can see it. It's okay. You can admit it. You can admit it.
Hiding.
Okay. The man in the box took himself out the box. That's okay. So this week I opted for, what is this, the David Ortiz gimmick?
Yes, that's
All
the
right.
David Ortiz Hall of Fame.
Yes, the
final season. There it is, the final season.
And just
patch.
for Will,
Yep.
wherever you are, there you go.
There you go, buddy. And also, I got my Celtics hat on.
Congratulations on the Celtics making the playoffs.
Yeah, unfortunately, in case you didn't hear, the downside to this is Isaiah Thomas lost his sister in a car accident recently over the weekend. So he opted to play, and I got to say, man, there's some games, like, I appreciate the fact that you want to play for your team, but, man, sometimes you got to sit down, man. Like, you know, there's sometimes there's things that you're going through your head. You're not playing your whole game, and the problem was he wanted to do too much.
Well, consider who his father is first, who played in an era with the absolute greatest basketball player ever, who on the weekend his father was murdered, still played in the championships.
Yeah, I hear you. No, absolutely.
So he's got that upbringing, that work ethic, that push, that desire. Is like, I have to be there. This is my job. I get paid for this. And I salute you, Isaiah Thomas. I think it's great that you went out there, despite what happened, the recent tragedy in your life, and you put forth your effort, not just for your team, for your city, for your fans, and for yourself. because we all like to say, well, what would so-and-so say if they died? They'd say, get out there and do the thing you do. I don't know about me. If I died, I'd be like, fuck you guys. Stay home and drink a beer or two. Don't go out. Take that one day. But no, a lot of people will say, they want you to live your life and they want you to do the things you do. And when it's time for mourning, you'll have the mourning. But, props to Isaiah Thomas. There's nothing he could do.
No, absolutely.
There's nothing he could do.
Absolutely. You could tell that he was not in it, though. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
I hope it gets obviously better, and I really do hope that obviously we beat the Bulls. But one for one, happy Patriots Day! Congratulations, big ups to all you runners out there. First of all, for coming back, especially after what recently happened. Geez.
Which one?
No, the big one, obviously. The one that they actually made a movie about, Patriots Day. I mean,
Was it like 4 years ago, 5
Yeah,
years
exactly.
ago, yeah.
But, I mean, still, it's still recent. It's still in
still
people's...
fresh.
Exactly. It's still in people's minds. And still, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of runners that still maybe aren't going out there and, taking advantage of a Boston Marathon.
But then the jackasses, plural, who perpetrated that however many years ago, they win.
No, I hear you.
We've changed it. You won't do it. You're afraid.
Right.
Fuck you.
Right. No, but I love it because the numbers are getting bigger and bigger every year. So that's what I like to. That's what I like to see.
I like that Jeff Bowman was out there. Mm-hmm. That was great to see.
That's exactly it. So congratulations, happy Patriots Day. Congratulations, City of Boston. We love you very much. What's on your mind, bro?
Cleveland is on my mind.
Cleveland.
Cleveland's
Cleveland
becoming
rocks.
the new Florida. I really, if nobody heard about it, if you've been living under a rock for 2 days.
Then you haven't been on Facebook. Like,
or
there you go.
Channel 6 News or whatever
Right.
your local gimmick station is. A man in Cleveland gunned down in broad daylight a random person because he was angry at his woman. And now there's a nationwide manhunt going on for this jackass. His name is Steve Stevens. That's not a misprint. That's his real name. Mom really didn't care too much for him. Name him Steve Stevens and shit.
Yeah.
It's like a
He's
superhero
angry over a woman. Dude, I've been angry over women a lot. I've never gone out and shot somebody. And especially, we looked up that story. We were talking about it earlier. 74-year-old man, father of 9, grandfather to 14 walking home from Easter dinner, just left one of his children's house. This dude pulls up, says, I'm going to kill that guy right there. This old dude. Shot dead. Cold, point blank.
I think that, like I said, I think the one thing that really pissed me off the most about this is this motherfucker has no respect for life whatsoever and goes, hey, let me ask you a favor.
Yeah, that was
Say
the
this
first
girl's
line.
name. I'm going to shoot you in the head, but let me ask you a favor.
She's the reason this is happening.
What? Like where's your mindset when you're about ready to shoot somebody, but you still say, hey.
You can, if you're watching the live feed right now with us, you can see his...
you can see his ugly mug.
Bullshit face
We
right
like-
there.
we like
Not
it.
Eddie Focus. You go to the left. That's the guy.
I know. Right?
Eddie didn't shoot anybody.
I don't want fucking Eddie be driving home. People, if he got a lynch mob.
He's
Lynch
already got a
mob.
problem with
Lynch
law
mob.
enforcement. We
Lynch
don't
mob.
need any more problems with Ed and the law enforcement.
I have more, but I'm going to wait till you know it's fucked up.
And that's next week, kids. Don't forget, next week, the return.
Of you know it's fucked up. So Skittle Bob there. If if you guys
what is
get a
wrong with
chance,
people?
yeah, if you get a chance, if you guys seriously, last we heard he was in Pennsylvania, and then we heard that he might have been in Michigan. Yeah, so he's bouncing all over the place. This guy obviously doesn't want to get caught because he would obviously have made it.
Well,
sooner.
but you made a great point earlier today that we should bring up is that he called one of his friends and was streaming the call.
Yeah.
And you're saying that this is a cry for help.
Oh, it's a huge cry for help. Absolutely.
This
if you
what
listen
he's
to his
doing right
words,
now.
he's sitting there telling his friend, I try to talk to people. I try to tell you all, I'm done now, man. I'm done. I've done flipped over the edge. I'm done. He's telling people he's
and
done.
then at the end of the call was like, I just wanted to let you know I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we'll get pizza on Thursday.
Yeah. No,
what
you're
the
not.
fuck?
You're not getting pizza on Thursday, buddy. I'm
You're about to
sorry.
get shot on Thursday.
People do things for fucked up reasons.
Oh, I hear
That's
you, man.
entirely the
this one
truth.
was for a woman. Once again.
Over a woman.
So,
All this
you know.
over.
Like, one of the guys that killed my friend Matt just got parole.
I
Yeah.
saw that story
Yeah,
in the
we were
news.
talking about
September,
that
he's
on
gonna be out.
Facebook. That still
They were
blows
bored.
my mind. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
bored
still blows my
teenagers
mind.
was the quote, right?
They said that's why they did it.
Horseshit. Just absolute horseshit. I'm not even hitting the button
Their
right
whole
now.
defense was, we didn't mean to kill him.
What?
Seriously, they thought the murder charge was unfair because their intent was not to kill him.
It doesn't matter what your intent. Oh, motherfucker! Don't get me started already.
Yeah,
don't
no,
put the
these-
trigger.
these
The
fucking-
trigger. Wait for the trigger. Wait for the trigger. It's not. Time
These
yet.
fucking people.
No
I'll
triggers
tell you,
today.
man.
No triggers today. Good. bored teenagers, or as some of the comments are coming in, supposedly he's on his way to New York. The story honestly made me cry just reading about it. His own mom brushed it off. It's sad. Hope they catch that son of a bitch. I hope they do too.
Yeah, I do too.
In fact, unlike a lot of these guys that go out and there's the manhunt and there's either a suicide or a shooting, and they Tsarnaev, one of the Boston bombers, glad he's alive. I want this guy taken alive. I want him to look at people's faces and see the pain he's caused. But some people, as we've talked about before, are just too fucked up to realize they're doing this kind of damage to... It's not just the guy that he shot. There's the 9 kids, the 14 grandkids. There's friends. There's just people. There's this web. And you have now thrown the stone into the pond. Well, great, your stone sunk, but there's those ripples that continue for a long, long time.
Yeah, exactly.
And the bullshit part of it is he thinks it's okay. I'm just going to go kill this guy, this old dude. I watched the video. It wasn't so much curiosity, but I didn't believe it that it could be just that simple, how he did it. The explanation in the news article from the Washington Post was pretty cut and dry. They quoted him direct. I had to see the video for myself.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's really sad. Not only that, if you watch the one before, he's saying that he's done this before.
Yeah, he did say there were other homicides.
Yeah, he said, "Oh, if you go behind this house, I don't know, it's like a purple church or something like that."
The purple and yellow church.
Yeah, he's sitting there giving descriptions of people. So I imagine that these
ask
are
a veteran. They say it gets easier after the first one.
Well,
yeah,
you know.
I mean, it's
not saying veterans are murderers. But
no,
you know
but it's a lot
absolutely.
like hunting. The first time you kill an animal, there's a little guilt. The second time, third time, fourth time.
Anybody ever watch Dexter? I was
just talking about that show with someone the other day.
Addicted to murder by the end of that fucking series.
Well, no, he was, and his father channeled his addiction into what he thought was a positive.
Right. All right. Either way, another comment comes in. Bet you he's going to either kill himself or force the cops to shoot him, as we were just talking about. He is mentally damaged. There's no doubt about that.
You know what's funny is if you look at the description of his skin, it says dark...
dark, light skin.
Dark, white skin.
Yeah.
Dark white.
No, dark white.
White.
I thought it said dark white.
No, dark white.
So he's
WHITE. Dark
gray.
You want to take this one? Yeah,
skin.
Right? No.
I want you to understand
Throw that picture back up. I need to. No, I gotta see this because I've
deleted it because he's nasty.
I've seen the reports. I saw the video. I saw the one with him talking to his friend
I believe
on the phone.
they also have him at 230 pounds
on the moon.
I'm saying, dude.
Brother was tipping 350. You hear him get out of the car? Hold on, Will.
He was winded. You
hear him get out of the car in the video. He's like, shit, like, this door is too small for my fat ass. 240 I'm 200, and I can freely admit that.
He also has a temp plate. So, that, I mean, hell, you can you can turn a T into an E for crying out loud. Or I into an, whatever.
I'm full screening this.
Yep.
Folks chime in. What do you think? Dark to white
Is this dark white skin?
Dark white skin. Here, I'll show you the...
I'm triggered now. He's got the picture up on the live feed.
Yeah, but I'll show you the one that actually shows his description.
Having him stare at me right
I'll show you the one that has his description.
Mm-hmm. In a minute, I get to play some music. I've been waiting for this for a month. You know what? And it's I hate to say that a death is trivial or whatever. The reports early on was that the gentleman, Robert Goodwin, was a homeless man until the family came forward and goes, no, that's our father. He was walking from point A to point B to get home. He was not homeless. It couldn't have been for that $30 camouflage Ohio State Buckeyes hat he was wearing. Those are expensive motherfucking hats.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck you.
It's not like they give those away at the soup kitchen. They give away Michigan hats at the soup kitchen.
Facebook, watch. That's gonna be the best place to
the description.
Well, yeah, right where they have it, because I actually ended up freaking commenting. I was like, oh, my God.
Okay, comments coming in. No other bodies have been found. The reports have turned out to be false. He did say he killed 13, but they haven't found any. Fuck you, Will, on your outfit, but I appreciate the sentiment. Watch, here it comes. There you go. So I'm going to cue up the music, because it's time. I want to smile just a little bit. So... we are going to enjoy heavy metal beer.
Beer.
You said beer.
I said beer. Brought to you by the wonderful folks at Iron Maiden. That's right, you heard correct. Iron fucking Maiden, baby. One of the premier metal bands of all time have brought to you and to us this tasty British beer. This is not the red and black porter that I have at the house that I'm waiting to try. No, this is the original Trooper beer from Robinson Brewery. The back of it says, "The charge of the Light Brigade, which inspired the Iron Maiden song The Trooper, took place at the Battle of Balaclava in 1854 during the Crimean War, when 600 British cavalry courageously charged the massed Russian artillery. This gallant but foolhardy assault resulted in a massive loss of life and came about due to a misunderstanding of an order given by the commanding officer, Lord Raglan."
Whoa, Britannia.
Right. Trooper is a premium British beer inspired by Iron Maiden and handcrafted by the Robinson's Brewery. And being a real-life ale enthusiast, vocalist Bruce Dickinson has developed a beer which Goldings and Cascade hops dominate this deep golden ale. So it's not an IPA.
Golden ale.
Ange did say she picked out the Iron Maiden beers. She is correct. The Eternal Flame has brought forth this fantastic heavy metal goodness. The best thing about this is on the cap is a picture of Eddie, not Focus, but Eddie the mascot. It says, "Iron Maiden, the legacy of the beast." This is good shit right here. So I know you have a cup. If you want to grab yourself something, a receptacle of some sort, Senor Focus. I got one right here.
Upstairs.
There's extras. There's a water bottle here. You can probably get a Dixie cup. And just for those of you that were here for the Easter extravaganza yesterday and are listening now, there are only 4 Jell-O shots left.
Yeah.
4. That's a lot of freaking Jell-O shot drinking.
And
I had
stupid
4.
giraffe got born.
Did it finally?
Yep.
Well, fucking yay. We ain't got to listen to the fucking giraffe anymore, dude. Let me tip this right here while we wait for Senor Focus. Let's leave some for him. This actually looks good.
Yeah, it
Let me
smells
just drop a
fucking...
little more. I have a feeling he's going to give his back.
I got like all the colors of rainbow in my beer today. It's fucking beautiful.
Yes. And the man in the box is now coming forward.
beautiful.
He is passing me a clean glass. He is going to get some Iron Maiden beer. Up the irons, baby. So the bottle I'm going to bring home because Angela has now started a fantastic beer bottle collection. And you're welcome for the Jell-O shots as well. We should be thanking you. Only got 4. I think Evan had 20. Evan had
kids. I was going to say kids were having them.
Kids were eating the Jell-O shots. It's fucked up. But up the irons, guys. Let's try this Iron Maiden beer.
Let's not say that on the air.
What, up the irons?
We were joking.
Yeah, seriously. DCF wants
Every affiliate pulls out.
Yeah, well,
I know.
They should pull out. They want to avoid children. Don't get me started. A little tart, but I like it.
That's not.
I like it.
It's got a good finish though. To take care of that tartness.
Got my Iron Maiden. See on the gimmick.
I really like this.
Really? Well, we're gonna have to.
Yes, I really like
find
this.
more. That's Iron Maiden Trooper beer, guys, from Robinson's Brewery. Let me hold up the bottle so you can see it and enjoy you some.
Put that
Iron
beautiful
Maiden.
logo up one more time.
That does. That
You want
looks
that one more time?
Fantastic.
There
I
we
got
go.
the logo.
You got the logo. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
They
it's so
probably
hard to
ended
find
up taking
professionals
it
in this
off.
business.
I know. Where's the Nickelback beer? It's called Schlitz, and you can find it at Ockenpack.
It's
Nickelback. They even old enough?
Yeah, unfortunately.
yeah. It's called non-alcoholic.
I like Angela's. It's in the toilet. I made Nickelback beer earlier. It was fantastic.
Yeah, I made it last night too. And we
That
had
is good beer.
we had Bora Bora.
It's almost like the only way I can describe it is like an amber shandy.
Yeah, I could buy that.
All right, I'm gonna find it.
It's good.
I'm gonna find it. Damn it! Not right now. It's like everywhere.
So that's what's on my mind. We got Iron Maiden beer. We got Sponge
Douche nozzle.
Cleveland pants.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
Sponge douche nozzle.
Well, prayers go out to the Godwin family and police all over the country, vigilant citizens all over the country. Be on the lookout for this guy.
Yeah, and Trey Lanes or whatever the fuck this.
Joy Lane.
Joy Lane.
She's already made a statement.
Yeah.
Good for her for standing up and saying something and saying, "Look, I'm sorry. I didn't realize this would be what happens." Poor girl. I can only imagine how.
I
she
didn't
feels
realize
as
that Fat Suge Knight looking motherfucker was going to shoot somebody. I'm sorry.
Speaking of Suge Knight,
well. Oh dear.
He recently said, "Yeah, I've known who killed Tupac, and I wasn't saying anything. It was somebody, one of the bodyguards, and I can't remember who they said it was, but they were actually trying to kill him, and they shot him, and they shot Tupac instead.
Yeah.
Really?
He also,
and that's his
he
boy.
was also
Why does he not
quoted,
step up? Snitches
because
get stitches. I get
Yeah,
it.
Exactly.
He said that on the news. Even if I knew, I wouldn't tell anybody. It's not my job to do an investigation. And this is why there's problems in Chicago.
He also
problems everywhere.
He also tried to hit frickin' Eminem one night too.
I'd heard that story
Dre.
too.
Yeah.
And Dre.
Yeah.
There's a story about what was it, Vanilla Ice and Suge Knight. Whether I believe it or not.
Oh, I believe
it happened.
I believe
Did it?
that.
You were there?
No, it's been confirmed.
Okay.
It happened.
I just I could
That money went to fund Death Row. I got something cool though.
Go ahead.
It's on the literature side. I'm pretty excited. I can't wait to start reading this. The Last American Vampire. It's a new book that came out. It is a sequel to Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Okay.
Okay,
that's
so it's
cool,
more
yeah.
it's more historical vampire stuff. I can't wait to read it. It looks really, really good. You can get the first 3 chapters for free on Kindle.
Ooh. So if you're a Kindle guy, reach
yes.
out, man. Grab
Henry Sturgis is searching for renewed purpose in the wake of his friend Abraham Lincoln's shocking death.
So John Wilkes Booth, that's the next book. John Wilkes Booth, Vampire Hunter.
No, did you read Abraham Lincoln
No,
Vampire
I
Hunter?
did not. Come on.
John Wilkes
come on.
Booth was a vampire.
It's
Yeah.
me. It's me you're talking to over here.
It's a great book. You like history.
I do.
That is-
I
Don't
love
read the book,
historical.
actually.
You
Really.
saw the movie.
But it's no, I did not.
Well, read the
I've
book.
avoided it like
Trust
the
me,
plague.
read the book.
Okay.
The movie's not bad, but only the first 15 minutes are like the book. The book is great.
Okay.
It's journal style,
I did
and it's
hear that.
really, really good.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
I
Next
can't
time.
wait to start reading this.
I haven't made a
You guys
book
might
run.
not hear from me for a while.
Oh, just so you know, I'm only 2 books away from the 9-book run. I'm cutting a pretty good path, and I'm going to have to make a book run sometime soon, so that's going to be on my list. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter is what it's called, right?
Yes.
Or Vampire... Okay, so, now I get it. Now I get it. Okay.
Yeah, not Zombie Slayer.
Right. Well, there's no
No.
need for that shit. One more quick fuck. I just found this out. I came across...
There is a movie, Abraham Lincoln vs. Zombies.
I know.
I've seen
I know.
people post about it.
It's not bad.
I told you guys about my new favorite show, The Outsiders. Fantastic show. Last episode airs tomorrow night on WGN America. If you don't get it, you could also find it on Amazon through our fantastic affiliate link at www.lokinjabroni.com. Click on Amazon, do your streaming, do all your shopping there, along with WWE, Zounds, King Cooler, all that mess. WGN is canceling The Outsiders. This is bringing in mad ratings for this particular television studio, and they're WGN is
A lot of
canceling
shows
the
are
fucking
getting
show.
the axe with high ratings.
I have a feeling, and I've watched this happen with that Fuller House is pulling in numbers. People are wanting this stuff, and I can see why in that case. Anyway, The Outsiders is fan-fucking-tastic, and if Netflix doesn't pick this up as a series, they are not doing themselves justice.
Well, I watched that Good Girls Revolt on Amazon about the girls in the newspaper.
Yes.
I watched that whole season, and it's a fantastic show, really good show, and it was like Amazon's highest rated show, and Amazon decided they didn't want to do a second season, and the reason is because this is insider information. Someone said the guy who runs the Amazon media content, does the series, the movies, and all that, just didn't like it. I don't like it.
But if people are clamoring for it and the ratings are good and the money's coming in, and you just give the people what
It's
they
not the first
want.
time this happened. It happened with Gunsmoke back in the what is it, the 50s?
My
60s?
granddad watched that shit.
Like
Gunsmoke.
somebody didn't like a show that was really good, and the guy who ran the studio liked Gunsmoke, even though the ratings were in the toilet. So he got rid of the other show and kept Gunsmoke.
But we get 13 seasons of Who's the Fucking Boss. That should have been killed after season 1.
I liked Who's the Boss.
You would. I just hate Tony Danza. Tony Danza could cure cancer tomorrow. I would hate Tony Danza.
You hate the weirdest people.
I do. But I hate Tony Danza. That's the end of that.
That's the end of that.
So you got some shit you want to talk about, and I'm going to be here for moral support.
So we are going to spark into the conversation of why we pretty much invited a lot of people online, and a couple other people are excited about it. You have all played it since day one, whether you had an Atari, whether you had a Nintendo, whether you had a ColecoVision, an Activision. Some of you all might have even had the TurboGrafx FX.
That was the gambling game on that. That was,
Bonk's Adventure, man.
Bonk.
Come on.
Oh, my God. I forgot about good old Bonk.
If you had the 3DO, if you had the PlayStation, if you had the Xbox, if you had Nintendo, any of the Nintendos, I think one of the biggest things that happened for video games, in my opinion, was when Nintendo 64 came out with the 4 plugs on the actual system itself.
Right.
And you can have 4 people right there playing, and we got the joy of playing GoldenEye.
GoldenEye, WCW, NWO, Mario Kart. Remember how? Did you ever?
Mario Kart was a given. We had we actually concocted a drinking game at that point.
So
with
did
Mario
we.
Game. It was.
So did we.
You could only drink, and not like if you hit the
You had
gas
to pull over.
Right, exactly. You couldn't drink and drive. So if you had to have both the can finished and the race finished to win.
Okay.
So if you ran the whole race and then you say stopped and then you drank it, you'd have
We
like
only
3
did that
cans.
on the Rainbow Space track, and the rule was if you drove off the track and fell, you had to drink. Car comes back, you go back to business. But, right, you don't drink and drive.
Yeah, no, exactly. So if it was 3 laps, we had 3 beers.
Yep.
And you had to have those 3 beers
Oh, my
empty.
Lord.
Right, you had to have those 3 beers empty.
People think I'm freaking alcoholic. Wow. Never in a million years would I have pulled that shit. I can tell you that right now.
So what you do is you drive for a little bit, and you pull over real quick, take a couple of sips, and take off
The
again.
closest thing I had to a drinking game...
Let me tell you, that you had a lot closer than you would think some of the Mario Karts game would
Playing
be.
MVP Baseball 2005, the last time it was made, Manny Ramirez was on the cover. It was easily the best baseball game ever made, a beer and inning. And by the end of the game, it looked like 2 monkeys trying to have sex. It was
Shitty,
just terrible.
yeah.
Oh,
Madden shot turnover. You ever do that
yeah,
one?
the turnover, we drank.
Not just drinking, like we do shots.
Oh,
If you're doing
yeah.
Madden, because turnovers aren't.
But I had
yeah.
tournaments, so we would be drinking throughout the tournament. It was
Right,
a day-long
that's what I'm
affair.
saying. So, yeah,
if we did shots during turnovers, we'd have dead people. It would be that simple.
I mean,
and the
turnovers-
Cleveland Browns would win.
Turnovers definitely came in on a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Kudos, number 1, to Nintendo Switch. Have you seen their little, like as you put it, gimmick? Have you seen how this
Where
is
you
designed?
can play on a screen or in your hands. Or
Not only that, it literally comes with 2
Billy
controllers.
just bought one. Yeah.
It literally comes with 2 controllers. So if your buddy comes over
Mm-hmm.
and you're sitting there playing, you can be like, boom, give him one.
Oh,
you
nice.
have the other. You flip it around, and now both of you guys have a controller right there.
Nice.
It really does take in the aspect, the whole idea of bringing people together. For example, last night when we were rocking out on some freaking Rock Band. I mean, how fun is that? And that's what a game is. That's what games are supposed to do. That's what a lot of these games are supposed to incorporate.
When you're ready
yeah.
to take off the training wheels for some DJ Hero, let me know.
Is there such a game?
There is.
There is. Oh, yeah.
It's fucking hard though. Like I tried it at Best Buy and I was like, oh my god. Like because here's
I'll
the
just
thing:
go
you
home,
got
play
the
it with my
buttons.
setup.
Yeah.
You got the buttons, but you also have a forward, backward scratch motion. So you got to hit the buttons forward, back, scratch, forward, back, scratch. Oh, and there's the crossfader. You got to go out, in, out. So you're literally in and out with one hand, doing the 4 buttons. Then
That just sounds
scratching
like work.
backwards. It's fucking hard.
Just sounds like work.
They have a.
I've been a DJ for 12 years.
they got
and I got my ass
they
kicked.
got a game out there right now called Rocksmith.
I've seen that where it teaches you to play guitar as you go
yeah,
along.
you actually plug in a real
Interactive,
guitar,
yeah.
and exactly as before you know it, you're actually playing songs on a freaking
Yep.
guitar, man. So I mean, it's this is some of the stuff out there. I mean, like we call them video games, but for the most part, there's a lot
of it
these
is
things.
learning tools. Look, I've said it before on this show. When I was a kid, I knew fuck all about football. When did I start learning about football, the way it was played, and the strategy? Through the original Madden game.
Yeah.
And the Maddens going forward.
You guys remember those commercials that show the football game, and then Bosworth would come out, and this is the closest you come into football. Boz don't want you wearing his shoes.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh,
them.
my God.
Yes.
But fuck him, that game was sweet.
Badass, man.
I know a lot of people who learned about the rules of hockey by playing NHL 90 6 back in the day. Which,
Mine was 2015.
yeah.
No, I mean, I've always understood hockey, but it's funny how much you don't realize what what is it?
Out was it offside?
Offsides.
Oh,
you don't
God.
realize how much offsides happens because they are so used to not doing it,
Yeah.
and you take it for granted when you're watching hockey. You know what I'm
I've
saying?
always asked, like,
The
the one man
basketball.
the one man breakaway in hockey as he's careening down. Well, if somebody's going over that line, you have to pass it, and there's certain rules. And I'm like, just fucking break all the way down and do it. I turn offsides off. Fuck that shit. I leave icing on, but I take offsides off.
What was that? Remember on the Nintendo there was that first game. It had actual fights in it. And that was
Blades of Steel.
Yeah,
that
Blades
was
of
like
Steel.
the hottest shit back
That
then.
was
Yeah,
awesome.
it was.
And it was just like
The uppercut.
and then you were going in the penalty box.
Oh, it didn't matter. As long as you knocked that guy out, that's all that mattered, man.
It's like, this is hurting you. You know that, right?
that
I don't care.
and freaking double dribble.
Double
Oh,
dribble.
yeah.
Oh, with the poster shot?
Yeah.
When
you're going up and you're dunking like...
But once you found the trick with that, you do it like every time.
Yep.
And the kid you're playing was like, I ain't fucking playing with you no more.
I don't want to see another poster shot. Really? Watch this.
man. I'm not doing this shit.
Amazing.
Dude, true story. You remember Brian Benoit?
Yes.
I hear that name a lot on this show.
God, he's probably listening to this with our names on a list.
No, he probably
Written in
does have,
lipstick.
yeah.
We love you, dude.
Listening to ELO in a basement.
Come say hi. No, but
Unarmed.
like I had one of those old TRS-80 color computers, old Tandy Radio Shack deals, and they had a wrestling game on it. And the program of those things was so binary. And like, if you just did like a certain thing, you could do one move over and over and over and over. And it's like I would do the pile drivers on him over and over and over and over. And he's like, "Stop it!"
He'd get pissed, too. He'd
Use a
get pissed.
different move.
I think I was the one that set him off, and that's
Well,
why.
Cripes,
Andrew, real quick. The freaking speeder bike level in Battletoads was bullshit, man. It was bullshit.
I don't know shit from shit. I know I'd get mad.
If you played 2 players in that, you remember that one? You remember that one, Ed? We played that one together,
I played it
Battletoads.
once with you, and I was like, "Fuck this."
You were on 2 speeder bikes, and literally, like you had to jump over things, or you had to dodge out of the way. And if one of you fucked up once, it was right back to the beginning of the stage again. Oh my god!
I was the guy playing Street Fighter who would use Honda
E-Honda.
and just do the
Dude,
wax
it wasn't,
on, wax off the whole time.
Until
Wait,
it wasn't until Street Fighter 4 when he actually could Turbo when he could reflect the fireballs back. Because I use Ryu, I'm like, all right, Hadouken.
Yeah, but Ryu got that big fireball, right?
Later. In the beginning, don't forget, Ken and Ryu were identicals. They were the only difference was Ryu was white. He had a white shirt, white gi, and fucking Ken had the red gi and was blonde.
Yeah.
That was it.
What's up with Street Fighter V? It's like it's an incomplete game.
It's
and
a
they keep
very
adding to it.
incomplete
They keep
game.
adding to it.
It's
adding to it.
unfortunate because they became a
It looks
PlayStation.
beautiful.
No, it is. They became. Caleb actually has it upstairs. It became an exclusive for PlayStation because Comcast was going through their issues with Xbox for a little bit. They've since obviously,
on PC.
yeah,
which is
exactly,
weird. I don't,
exactly.
It's like it's on PlayStation and PC. I'm like, well,
Dude, we've had Street
is
Fighter.
that both Microsoft?
We have Street Fighter 4. They even brought back backwards compatibility for Street Fighter. I have Street Fighter 4 on my Xbox One right now.
I have that on my PC.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like it was Microsoft, Xbox, and Capcom.
Did you
that
play
were
Street
like
Fighter
fighting.
X Tekken?
Oh, I love that game. That's where my freaking stick came from.
I thought that was fucking garbage. Did you like
that
that?
was not the. I didn't like. It was. Hold on. There was the Tekken versus Street Fighter.
Street Fighter X Tekken.
There was 2 of those though. There was one that was made by Tekken, which was like Tekken.
Well,
with
it was
the Street
3D.
Fighters, right? Exactly.
It was Street Fighter X.
No,
Tekken.
that was-
is terrible.
No, that was not the one that I'm thinking of. Then I got the stick down there. I'll have to look at it.
I whipped right through that game like on the first try, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, no, this is probably no, because I knew they designed one where it was supposed to be one. They were supposed to be like Street Fighter. It was supposed to be sprites, and then the other one was supposed to be like that one. So I guess maybe they never came out with a sprite version. I don't know.
There's so many of them. The Marvel versus
I love
Capcom
those ones.
games look fantastic.
I love those
They
ones.
keep getting better with
Yeah,
those.
I have 3. That one
What
just
was,
came.
what was the old one on the Super Nintendo or 64? Was it Maximum Carnage? That was I enjoyed that game.
Oh, that
The
was
red
that was
cartridge
yeah
and-
that was actually the symbiote. That was actually Carnage the symbiote. Yeah, that
Right.
was
No, that Maximum Carnage was that was the Genesis 32X, wasn't it?
I remember having it on a cartridge for one
I
of
know
the
it was a
Nintendo
Genesis.
systems.
It was definitely the Genesis.
think it was the
but it was a
32X.
red. It was a red cartridge.
I think it was the 32X because if you forget to plug in the special video cable, the actual characters you fight with don't show up on the screen.
Oh no shit!
The angry video game nerd covered it.
Wow.
I know. Twisted Metal, yes, absolutely. Twisted Metal was fantastic. The very first one, I want to say it was Twisted Metal 2 on PlayStation.
Is that the truck with the clown on top?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
I never got into those.
Well, the second one had Paint It Black as their intro.
Nice.
And I mean, it was a badass little. And you sit there. I think we must have played that intro like a bazillion times. We're stoned off our ass, like,
How about like the
Baldur's
hardest
Gate?
the hardest games with like the worst endings?
that's got to be.
Friday the 13th.
Wow,
Never
that
played.
was that was bad. That was bad.
The new one's gonna be great.
Medal of Honor.
That was bad. Ghosts and Goblins, dude. Ghosts and Goblins.
Yeah.
I wanted to throw my fucking TV because if you've ever played Ghosts and Goblins and you fought Lucifer at the end, let me tell you, dude, he is the most cheesiest. It is worse than Castlevania with the floating freaking Medusa heads. It was the hardest boss ever. And then at the very end, what?
Castlevania 2, I think.
With the floating Medusa heads?
No, I remember Castlevania 1 was awesome. Castlevania 2 was shit.
No, I'm just saying. You remember in Castlevania 1? One of the hardest things was the time
Oh,
jumps.
yeah. Yep,
You'd be
yep.
sit there and you'd be like, okay, and then as soon as you went to jump, that's when the Medusa head would appear. You're like, no, boom, hit you, you fall back, and it's like, ugh.
You're dead, Fred. Just get out.
What was the other one? Fucking what was it? Contra.
Oh yeah.
Terrible ending. Terrible.
Oh yeah.
Great game, though. It was like a
fun.
great game, but a terrible ending.
Terrible ending. Street Fighter, Ryu's ending. Terrible. Like, my God, this guy is like the be-all of end-all of fighters. And he's like,
I'm going to go fight some more.
I'm just going to walk off into the dust because I'm cool like that.
You know what they
Doesn't
need to
seem
do?
right.
You know what? And if I was in charge of Capcom, I would do this because his ending is always the same. He walks off like, "Oh, I walk to fight again."
Yeah.
And like just one time, they just need Chun-Li to show up and just like drop to her knees.
Hey.
Hey.
That needs to be his ending.
Shit, well,
Leisure Suit Larry meets
she's all over
Street Fighter.
Guile. If you ever watch the manga, she's all over Guile. She loves Guile.
Fuck Guile.
Yeah, I'm not a Guile fanboy myself. Sorry, Geely.
Who is going home and who's coming with me?
Geely. Remember, I called him Geely forever. Street Fighter came out first. You remember?
I was like, dude, I think it's Guile. No, it's Geely.
Geely.
we would go to the Norwich arcade, and they had the coin things.
Sure.
Well, I would be able to squirrel my arm up. As Ed, I would literally stick my arm into this thing
embarrassing.
and squirrel it up, and I would like drag my fingers across.
Nice.
And I would get all these fucking tokens
On
to
that-
fall.
on that push
Yes,
gimmick?
yeah. So I would literally get pockets full of tokens.
Oh,
I
my God.
give Ed tokens. I give me tokens. Right. I would wait for this guy to go to the bathroom and do it every time.
The little guy
He knew.
sits up in
Yeah. He knew I would do it, but he just had to go pee. And I would always at first I was nice. I'd bring him sodas and shit, and he caught on to my game because he's winning. Well, anyways, Street Fighter would be great, because you put your fucking tokens up there, and that's you sit
Yep,
there
you're
and you
next,
wait.
you're
Yeah,
next,
yeah,
you're
exactly. Yeah. Well, that's what was my thing. And
In the arcade, though, it was like fucking Kumite. It was like
No, it
people
was.
lined up like who's taking the next
Yeah,
challenge.
exactly. It really
it
was.
Who got
serious.
next?
Yeah, it was serious.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember the first Street Fighter was at Great Skate, and that was we didn't really start talking about it until the second one.
No, I didn't really start playing until Street Fighter 2. Brian was all about the first one. I'm not all about the fighters, all about the world. we would sit there, be great skating, and Brian would be dropping like dollar bills into this freaking machine. Like, And he beat it every
And
time.
he still rent skates.
I know. He would sit. He would sit on those skates, and the funny thing, he was so fucking tall that he would literally have to duck down wearing these skates to play fucking Street Fighter.
If
man,
you're already a big bastard, you got to lean down to play video games.
Brian, if you're out there, call us up.
yeah,
Love to hear
Awesome.
from you.
And then of course, Mortal Kombat came in, and
Scorpion.
I stayed over with Street Fighter.
Sub-Zero.
I wasn't a fan.
I wasn't a
I never
huge
have
fan
been.
of Mortal Kombat when it first came out. It was very, that try to make the characters look real type of image.
And it was dark. I mean, Street Fighter was a bright. I mean, yeah, it's still
They
violent.
used sprites,
but
right? But they used
Street
sprites.
Fighter
so.
was hot off the heels of we were still like into the Enter the Dragon, fucking,
Yeah.
Jackie Chan fighting kind of kung fu flick, and
But let's be honest. The main thing that people got attracted to Mortal Kombat was fatalities.
yes,
blood.
Yeah.
finish him, pull
Finish
his
him.
spine out,
Pull
stick
his
it up
spine
his
out.
ass.
Rip the heart out,
which
right.
was gray on the Nintendo.
Yeah.
Was it?
It was the blood, yeah.
Look all the gray blood.
And then if you had the Game Genie, you could actually change the color of the blood
Nice.
back to red.
yeah, but I think it changed the color of like half the game.
No,
too.
but see,
It was like,
and I remember that was to me, if I'm not mistaken, the beginning of game guides. So your buddy's kicking your ass. Like, finish him. Pause. He goes to the book. Up, down, side, A, B, hokey pokey, turn yourself around, select,
Yeah.
start, G. And as soon as he clips it back on, he does it wrong. Your dude just falls on the ground. Boom. Victory.
I remember, it's funny you mentioned that too, like, because I remember like playing the early, like I was always ask him. I was playing like computer game after computer game. I was going through all these like point and click games, and I remember actually paying money if I got stuck for a whole book to figure out how to get through it. Like,
Yeah.
and it's like I was like sending like cash to like get it mailed to me.
Nice.
The thing was, dude, they didn't have the internet back then.
Nope.
Not
you
like
know?
they
And
had bulletin boards, but it wasn't like
and it was very
Definitely
hard.
not like
They
it
were
was
really
then.
hard to navigate. Like if you
Yeah.
didn't know what you were looking for, it wasn't as easy it was today, where you just put in a search word, Halo 3 cheats, and
Yep.
boom, they all
18.
fucking show
you'd
up.
have to post on a message board. Hang
Does
up,
anybody know how to do this?
right? Hang up, wait a month, and that one dork that plays a game like you do.
Yep. Hey,
Oh
man,
yeah,
He
I heard
answers you back.
I
yeah.
heard your plea.
Yeah.
Here's what you
give
gotta
the
do.
whiskey to the bum.
Here's
Right?
what you got, or if you really got stuck, you'd pay $2.95 and call the good people at Nintendo Power. $2.95 a minute. Oh yeah, you remember that?
You know what's funny? Like back in the day, homies were getting paid big money to be those. What did they call them? Those Nintendo.
The game pros.
No, they had a word for it. Was it game counselors or whatever?
Yes,
Something like
yes,
that.
yes. That's right. Yeah, game counselors. Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
because they were all over like Nintendo Power. And it's
Yep.
like the president of Nintendo.
And you
was like,
call up.
Yeah, it's a really big process to hire these Nintendo counselors. Like you had to be like the best of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Game player.
And you had to know everything, right? You couldn't have.
How
any
many of them
information.
do you think are homeless right now?
All of them. The internet kills everything.
Oh, dude, it was just crazy. And then
Except
for
the
the
Loki
longest
Jimmy
time, if you would go in to buy, everything had a book at that
Oh
point.
yeah,
You go in.
Street Date.
Oh.
You had the game, the book, the extra book.
I would never buy that fucking book, man. I wouldn't.
Only I think twice did
They
I
would
ever buy a
offer
game
it.
guide.
They would.
It was so different back then. A book was like 25 pages that thick. Now they're like fucking the Sears catalog.
Yeah, it's like a
from the
Haynes
80s.
guide for fixing your fucking car.
Well,
is
some of them are actually like they're limited editions. They have
Have you seen
hidden
the fucking-
art.
Have you seen the fucking Skyrim game?
Some of them
guide?
are
It's
worth
fucking
it.
huge. It's
Yeah,
like
but
leather
that-
bound. It's
That
like-
one's like worth it though because there's like art in it. You know what I'm saying? There's like history back on it. It's not just about like a walkthrough from the game. You're actually getting a collectible item for that. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I understand that.
Like I
but
get
there's so much to that game.
No, I know.
It's like
I know.
Matter of fact, I'm glad we brought that up. Recently, Steam up until today had a free weekend for the Elder Scrolls Online. I don't like it.
really.
You know what's funny is I wanted Elder Scrolls so bad to be Final Fantasy 11. Since Final Fantasy 11 like went off, I've been wanting a new Final Fantasy.
How many
11.
Final Fantasies can there be? It's the final fantasy.
Actually,
They're not. Here's the thing: Final
The
Fantasy
funny-
is not a linear.
no, I get it. I just
and not
I
only that,
changed the
we
fucking name.
actually fucked that up. The Japanese it's actually called Fighting Fantasy.
Oh, okay.
So we actually took the translation bad.
Way to go, dumbass Americans.
Well,
So
it's just like out here we didn't release. I don't think we actually got Final Fantasy 3 or 2.
We didn't get 3. It's actually 5 for us.
Yeah.
It came out later, and it became 5 for us, and they did a
Just like
backdraft.
Super Mario 2 isn't even a Super Mario game. It's called Doki Doki Kaiju something, and it's like if you've ever seen the original version, it's fucking scary and trippy.
Mm-hmm. And if you ever seen Mario Brothers,
Yeah.
the first one where they're just walking through, and you actually were
That was one of the first 2-player games where you play
exactly.
at the same time.
Yes.
And you team up.
Yep.
I liked it.
That was a fun game as far as a 2-player game.
But you know, it's funny. Just a little side note before we get back to Elder Scrolls things. The character of Luigi, when he first showed up, was actually not a Nintendo character, which I find funny.
What was it?
Well, remember I mentioned the old TRS-80 Tandy computer?
Right.
They had a lot of what was called game clones.
Oh.
They weren't like instead of Zaxxon, it was Axon or something.
Oh, kind of like the wrestler guys used to get at Surplus
Right.
Unlimited back in the day.
Instead of Tron, it was Electron.
Yeah.
They did a lot of clone games. Well, they did a clone of Donkey Kong, except they called it Donkey King.
Donkey King, I remember.
And the character wasn't Mario, it was Luigi.
Luigi, that's right. Oh,
So
shit, I
when they
remember
came
that.
out with Mario Brothers, and oh, it's Mario and Luigi. I thought it was just oh, it's a sequel.
Yeah,
but
no.
no, it was like
It was a whole new
but,
right.
Back to the Elder Scrolls real quick. That I just here's the thing: you play Skyrim, especially if you've seen the new HD version, which if you have all the downloads, you get it for free. It is
And it's not bad. It's only
gorgeous game.
It's only $50.
Right.
And you get every download, everything that's available. And let's be honest, first of all, not to cut you off, but what pisses me off about the games nowadays is exactly that. It's now you spend $60 on a game,
Yes.
right? And then they expect you to spend $30 on a
guide.
season pass. No.
That's
Season
right,
pass
yeah.
now.
I didn't even bother getting Battlefront.
That's exactly it. But see, then you wait a year later, then you get the Ultimate Year Edition, and it has all the season
all the
passes
shit you
put
paid
together
for
on sale for $20.
$45, $50,
a
$30.
year later
yeah.
after everybody isn't playing it anymore. But
I got
that's the
suckered in
problem. That
one time
pisses
with
me off
that.
about that, man. Is if you want the new Mortal Kombat, right? Or like I have Injustice that's coming out. That's the one where you can be Batman, Superman. You fucking
I like Injustice.
It's a badass game. It's a very fun game.
Right.
I don't like Superman though.
But he sucks, man.
Aquaman is pretty bad.
Well, actually, if you think about it, though, if you really think about it, Superman can't fight. If you take away Superman's powers,
he can now.
Yeah, because Batman taught him how
Right.
to fight. Exactly. That's the only reason why. Other than that, dude, way before, let's say
The only reason Batman was able to do it was because of white privilege.
Oh, it was bat privilege.
White privilege.
it was white privilege. Yeah,
Don't trigger me.
Let's not hide.
Anyway, go on. Moving on.
that. But no, he's supposed to be. Because he couldn't fight. He can't fucking fight.
He never needed to.
Right. Exactly.
It was only when he lost his powers and got his ass.
And he
kicked
got his
by
ass
Lex
fucking.
So one of the comments from the Peanut Gallery says, I've just tuned in. Something doesn't seem right here, and I know what he's talking about, so now's a good time to talk about www.autismspeaks.org. Eddie is afraid. Eddie is very afraid.
We're getting dangerously close to 2000.
The reason you're seeing what you see on your screen, Steve, is because I negotiated with another listener, and for the next month or last week, there's 2 more weeks.
2 more weeks, yeah.
He made a $200 donation to autismspeaks.org. He screenshotted it. He sent it to us. So I, for the next 2 more weeks, am wearing Red Sox gear.
You want to make a $100 donation? I'll match that Yankees for the last 2 weeks.
There you go. So get right on that.
If you folks don't donate, that's cool too.
If we get to $500, the Chin Biscuit goes. If we get to $1,000, both of us lose our hair and the Chin Biscuit goes. If we get to $2,000, all the great stuff you just heard happens, and then Johnny Sweater Vest over there.
I'm going to be more naked than a European porn star.
Eddie Focus is going to get a full body wax, and we are going to film it for you. Yes. Yes, motherfucker, yes.
But I'm
Video
going to play.
game.
I'm going to going back to video games.
Please.
I'm going to play Devil's Advocate. Ooh, we're going to have one today. I kind of like the season passes because in the old days, you play a game, it'd be over, and that'd be it. There would be no Contra, extra material.
Right,
you know?
right.
And when done right, I don't know if you play the game Dying Light.
Yes.
Dying Light is an example of DLC done right.
Right.
Like, they created a whole nother game, for lack of a better term, to add to the story. That's fantastic.
Escapists did that.
Right.
They had a Walking Dead add-on, and it was actually a whole other game. So yeah, I agree with you on that aspect. But when you get a season pass, and essentially all you're getting is, say, a new character, a couple new outfits, and a level.
That's not worth it.
Yeah, that to me that's a ripoff.
That should be free.
Yeah, at least the levels.
My issue with that, and it goes back to what Mike said, is that you get these season passes, you get a couple of cool little extras, and then a year later, you're in the store and you see the Ultimate Edition, all the cool shit you couldn't get because you didn't buy the season passes right here on this one fucking disc. And that happened to me with Madden a couple years ago when they did the, was it the 20th anniversary? I got all the downloadable shit. I spent stupid amounts of money to download all the shit. A year later, it was like the special silver case, Madden 20, all the stuff you ever wanted right here on the bags, like all the downloadable content, all this, all that.
That's why I haven't bought Fallout 4.
Okay.
Because the game's not done.
All right.
Here's the thing. The game's like $60. The season pass is $30.
Yeah.
So $80 I'd spend. You know, I'd wait for the content.
See, something like that is a little different because Fallout is a... You know what I'm saying?
With Fallout... I agree with you. With a game like Fallout 4, you know the content's going to be good.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
What Battlefront did, I thought was bullshit.
No, they fucked us.
That was bullshit.
They fucked us, all right? And let's be honest. We got the biggest character out of all that.
Titanfall they fucked that up, too.
Titanfall 2 can kiss my fucking ass.
Want to hear something funny with the first Titanfall? I bought Titanfall, and then I saw like $20 each. They had all this DLC. Okay? 2 months later... all the DLC free.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
That's how much the game tanked. All of it free. They just gave it to you.
They just gave it to you for free. And same thing with fucking Titanfall 2. Same fucking thing, dude. It's trash. It's fucking trash.
Here's the thing. With Titanfall, I didn't want a single player game. I wanted more out of the multiplayer.
I
want really good multiplayer.
I wanted badass mechs, man. I wanted the option of just having fucking kick-ass fucking mechs on the field, man.
Going back to Elder Scrolls for a second, okay? So it's this massive online game. Everybody's playing it. It looks dumb.
It is dumb.
Because there's like 50 people, like, you know they're doing the same thing you are. Give me a game where I can get a group of 5 or 6 people together and do a massive world like Skyrim that looks like Skyrim, acts like Skyrim. That'll be fantastic. Like, I like the multiplayer aspect of Dead Island.
Right.
Or Dying Light. If you can get some good people together.
Have you ever played Crackdown?
No.
Crackdown was like you can.
I used to live there.
You were literally four officers,
Brooklyn,
super powered officers. But that's what you could do is you could work together and take on this huge sandbox world.
That's what I like. Give me the sandbox. I'll play in it.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember. Here's a funny thing. I remember typing up a letter to Sierra Online that was like 2 pages long because they actually were like, "Hey, tell us how we could do a big online version of King's Quest." And I did this 2-page thing where I literally said, just create the fucking environment and the players will create the game.
Yeah.
You know? And then they tried something and it was terrible. And then World of Warcraft came out. It was all over.
Yeah, yeah.
Which, honestly, as far as massive online role-playing games, World of Warcraft does get it right. They do it the best.
If you've never played Final Fantasy, they did the same thing. Final Fantasy 11, in my opinion, was one of those games.
That's one of the few cross-platform ones.
That's one of those games.
Still never tried it.
That's one of those games that you literally we had to. But that's also the thing that sucked is you relied on your party to be there. If one of you didn't show up that night. You weren't getting shit
your whole
done,
quest
dude.
Was fucked.
Yeah, you weren't getting shit done.
I had a friend that played that World of Warcraft, and he had his gang that would get together on a Thursday night and whatever. And where's Josh? Where's this guy? Oh, well, the wife said this and this. They can't do it. And 4 instead of 8. And all you hear is as he's doing the button, mother, I can't believe he knows. He knows what he knows.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of,
he knows
online gameplay. Okay. I spoke about this before. It's called 7 Days to Die. It's a zombie crafting game.
Yes. Alex, my son, playing the shit out of that game. He likes it a lot.
Oh, my fucking God, dude. Like, the guy who, at work, who installs our generators, Say, oh, dude, come to my map. You can play with us. I go there. This compound he built was fucking crazy. He's like, it's like, dude, you're way out in the desert. Hurry up and get over here. It's gonna be blood moon soon. I'm like, blood moon? What the fuck is that?
Yeah,
like every 7 days, these zombie hordes attack, and he comes, he gets me in his bike, brings me back to his compound. He goes, all right, dude, be careful wherever you walk. We got spikes everywhere. Please don't walk into the spikes. You go here, grab this weapon, that, blah, blah, blah. Okay, all right, go up top. This is where we do it. And there's spikes everywhere. And, like, dude, I've crafted in the game, and I've built stuff, and I went pretty far in it.
It
took
like
me
fucking,
days
yeah,
and weeks.
No, it does.
And I'm just like, how long did it take you to build this fucking shit? It was, like, massive. And, like, the zombies start coming, and we're all up there, like...
He took a week off of work and did,
No, I just played the other day with him. First time I ever played with him. And I'm
the
like,
compound I'm
shit.
talking about that he built. He probably took a week off of work, built that sumbitch, and now you're playing in the...
Dude, he's at my beck and call whenever I have a customer. Like,
Can't believe they didn't show up.
Motherfucker.
Fuck that guy. Where is he?
he doesn't work for us. He works for another company.
I can't believe my orc isn't here.
No, but it is. It's
He
a really
lives out in Torrington.
Oh, okay.
it's a really crazy ass fucking game. It's a really well thought out game. It's one of those games that come along like once in a blue moon.
I listen to you guys. I listen to you
And
guys.
the thing, it's not finished too. They're like constantly.
It's evolving.
It's an early access, and they're
Okay.
constantly building it. And
Yeah.
I listen to you guys talk about these games, and you play with other people, whether it be down the street, across town, across the state, or across the country.
I love that aspect.
In
about
some
games
cases,
now.
around the world. But for me, the games that I like to play, and I'm sure I'm going to talk about them in a little while. You guys are fascinating me with your talk right now. But there's a problem with me at being 44 years old, getting beat by a 9-year-old in Tulsa, Oklahoma, because that's all he does is play these fucking games.
No, it's great. You know why? It
Why?
breaks down the barrier.
Yeah, exactly. I love
Dude,
it.
I play Left 4 Dead. Some of the best teams I've ever had have been with like
I take a
10-year-olds,
shit and make more
11-year-olds.
money than that kid.
It
or
doesn't matter.
no, it's not even that, dude. I mean, I'm still playing freaking Halo 5 or Halo 5 Guardians. Yeah, it's Halo
Dude,
5.
some of these 9-year-olds are nasty.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, but well,
I watch our roommate's
You have-
kid,
you have
13
some of
years
these kids
old.
come up,
He's
man.
doing his little gimmick game, and I'm like, what are you doing here? And he explains it to me, and it sounds like, I don't know what the fuck, Greek language. And I'm like, and the point of this game is what? And he'll explain it to me again. Like, haven't I already told you like 3 times? And I don't get it. Put
Well,
the fucking
maybe you
puck
should-
in the net,
Maybe
and
you
I'm
should
happy.
start listening to him and stop being a condescending asshole.
When he cleans
No,
the dog
it's
shit out of
great.
the yard
It's
so I
great
can
times.
mow.
when
I'll
you
do
got
it.
your squad on there, dude, and
Squad
you're doing
goals.
good, and you're fucking rocking
Dude,
ass,
what
dude.
fucking best game of Left 4 Dead 2 I ever played one time. Team up with this kid, and I'm blasting zombies with my pistols, and he's like, God damn, Eddie, you're good at this. And I'm like, he sounded like really young. I'm like, dude, how old are you? And he's like,
7.
I'm 10. I'm like, and you said goddamn? He's like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, my mom's not home.
No, he just said, I'm sorry. He just said, does that bother
At least
you?
he has respect. I'll give him that. Tip of the hat.
He was like, oh,
I
I'm
hate
sorry.
this
Does that
fucking
bother
hat,
you? And
by the way.
I'm like, fuck no. You keep killing zombies like that?
Yeah,
You say whatever the
you're good.
fuck you want.
Especially the fucking witches. Damn, man.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I've sat and played Madden online
fucking
with these
witches,
kids,
man.
and they are some of the foul-mouthed little bitches that I've ever
Madden,
heard.
Look, Madden is a
Madden
whole
brings out the fuck
other
in you.
breed
I know,
of gamers,
man.
dude. Oh, man.
The only thing-
Madden brings out the fuckitude in everybody.
As great as these online games are, they do bring the worst out of people sometimes, and I ain't got no time for
Cautious.
hoes.
So, you know
Excuse
it's...
me for a moment, boys.
Yep. You know it's one of the...
Hello?
One of the greater aspects that I love about the games nowadays is the fact that they actually incorporate stories.
Oh, God.
Obviously, you got to deal with them a lot more with the
I
Sierra
love
games.
The adventure, the RPG.
Exactly. Well, not only just the RPGs, hell, even Gears of War.
Yeah.
Like if you don't know the story of Gears of War,
Ninja Gaiden. Classic.
Exactly. But when Dom sacrificed himself, I mean, Dom was a character from Gears of War 1 all the way up until that point, and the fact that he turned around and when he sacrificed himself, like fucking blubbering like I just watched fucking
You know what's
Titanic,
funny?
you know?
Like,
It's like...
Bringing up Left 4 Dead again. I don't know. You played Left 4 Dead 2 completely through? Like, played all the missions and everything?
Yes,
like
yes.
that last level where the guy, whoever plays Bill, has to go and sacrifice himself to actually win the level. I was like, that is genius.
Yes.
Just that one little touch. I'm like, that is fucking genius. But it has to be Bill.
Right.
Anything else, you don't get the achievement.
Call of Duty, fucking when Soap died. You know, Soap was an icon through that whole freaking series. And then when he dies, it's just like...
Right.
And this is a first-person shooter, dude. You know, I expect these stories in RPGs. We expect that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like freaking Titus.
But some of these RPGs get it wrong.
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
it's
No.
crazy.
Some of them, what was it? Was it Mass Effect 2? Mass Effect 2 was...
Yeah, I heard that was terrible.
God, man. I mean...
I've heard Halo 5 was pretty bad.
No, the story of Halo 5 was atrocious. I play Halo 5 now just essentially for, you know, for online purposes only.
Get out of the booth!
Get out of the booth! Castlevania, back in its day, I mean, for all it was, had a really good fucking story. You know what I'm saying? And if you continue now, Castlevania has, you know, Alucard, which is his, you know, Dracula backwards.
Right. I had a friend who named their kid that.
Really?
You know
They're
what's
not
funny?
my friend anymore.
There's
Alucard.
such a thing. There's such a thing as too much story.
Yes.
Yes, I'll agree.
Recently,
Yes.
I decided to re-up my my Star Wars: The Old Republic
I love that
account.
game.
And there was they started an expansion. I can't remember what it was called. Fallen Empires. I can't remember what it's called. I'm sorry. And they advertise it as return to storytelling, blah 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 blah. And I'm playing it, and I'm just like, this whole fucking thing is story. Like, up until that point, like, you had your crew and you're flying around, you're doing all these missions. Like, right off the rip, your crew is separated from you, and you start playing with all these other characters, and it's just like, this is too much story,
Just
and
too
not
much, right.
not enough story with the group I have together with me. Because
That's what I felt about Dragon Age Inquisition.
Right.
I felt like they just kind of threw too much story at you. Like they were trying to bring back the old Dragon Age because Dragon Age 2 was the redheaded stepchild of Dragon Age. You know what I'm saying? Because it really was. Let's be honest. Dragon Age 2 was so not Dragon Age.
I never played it, but yeah.
But like, oh my god, it was it was so not Dragon Age, man.
Underneath. All right, look, see, now, we always talk about the Jerry Springer show and people just coming in. You know, we're going to put one of them on the spot right now. Come here.
GTA, Madden,
You are physically
Mario
responsible
Kart
for this
64. I got you on that one, Bowie. And yeah, Jared Garcia, big old DJ, chiming in, friend. Yes, good storyline can immerse you in a game, and it's much more than that. Absolutely, man. Like we said, it could be a first-person shooter. It could be a RPG. Hell, it could be. I think Need for Speed. Was it Need for Speed Rivals? I think that not Rivals. It was Need for Speed something. They had like an actual one of them actually had a really good story to it. It was a badass fucking story. Had it be it was like the whole Fast and Furious idea, but it was still a story.
All right, since you decided to interrupt and yell and come down here and crawl under the wires and interrupt your husband from making audio gold, I want you to introduce yourself to the people and tell them why you're here.
The people know who she is.
How do they know?
Take a look.
Oh, yeah, I already knew that, but there you are, live. Now tell them who you are and why you're interrupting me. No,
Loki sees it.
I see it.
You're going to say something. I'll say it. This is my daughter, Emma. She has decided that it is her job to interrupt us while we're doing this, and I ought to give her what for. That's right. Bail out of here. And don't unplug anything.
Like your dad
You
did.
filthy McNasty. Yeah, like Dad did. It wasn't my fault. I thought I unplugged
Jabroni didn't
myself.
see it.
No. Didn't see what I
Going on that, Resident Evil. I don't know if you ever, as cheesy as the voice acting was, the Resident Evil
first one?
yes,
It was good.
was a very good story.
Can I
dude.
ask you guys a dumb
like,
question?
It was like the first of its kind. Like type. Well, you had Alone in the Dark, but
But a lot of people didn't go that
Right,
route
yeah.
because it was
it was a PC only game.
yes, it was poly. That whole poly look, a lot of people didn't really get into at first. You know what I'm saying? I think Resident Evil really kind of, they still had that poly, but they really shaped out their characters a lot more. Almost kind of like Lara Croft. Remember when Lara Croft, I mean, obviously, if you take Lara Croft from back in the day with the pointy tits, and you take Lara Croft from now on like Xbox Legends, I mean, she's fucking gorgeous. She looks like a damn human being, you know what I'm saying? But those similar, just small, rounded features just made him actually realize, you know, that they were actually that much more human, you know, getting that closer to human. I mean, that's what made the difference, in my opinion.
What I think really sold Lara Croft, though, is people were hungry for an Indiana Jones-type game, and Tomb Raider gave it to her.
The first Tomb Raider, she looked that whole hexagonal, polygonal.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Compare her from then to now. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? That's the Legends aspect where she's younger and she actually has freckles on her face and everything. Right. I mean, dude, the things that they do now is absolutely incredible. Right. First of all, you can have a beautiful game and it still suck. Let's get that out right now.
Oh, absolutely.
You could plug in a game and be like, holy shit, this game is fucking beautiful.
Ooh, that's a good. Let's roll into that. Like, most beautiful game that sucks.
Oh, the most beautiful game that I've played that fucking sucked. I'm gonna have to give it to. Actually, I'll give it to fucking. I'll give it to Titanfall 2. I was really impressed with it at first. How it looked, everything around you.
I haven't played it yet. So.
Like everything around you, how you actually you could interact with your mech and everything else. It was a good-looking fucking game. Everything on paper, even, like I said, you had more mechs this time around. Everything was fucking great. Rome, the Son of Rome, the very first one that came out on Xbox One. Dude, his eyes literally rolled in the back of his fucking head when he died. I mean, beautiful fucking game, but, man, the gameplay was horrible. Horrible. Like, the camera angles and that fucking shit sucked. Like, if you're going to make a game like that, you know, I would much rather have you tone down the graphics just a knee bit and give me gameplay. You know what I'm saying? Give me
replayability is important.
Huge.
I'm gonna
say gameplay, being able to play it and have fun. You know, if you're constantly getting to one part in a game and this boss just kicks your ass because you have to do like a specific combo, but your fingers aren't nimble enough to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's lame, dude. That's not fun. That's just like
bullshit on a stick.
Right, exactly. That's.
I'm gonna say up to this point, Arkham Knight.
Oh, all the new Batman games have been phenomenal. And
Arkham Knight was a disappointment.
Most beautiful disaster.
It was.
You're right, dude. You're right. I stopped playing it. I did. Because I was just like, what the fuck?
You're lucky. You're lucky. You have an Xbox One, so you get to have it in full glory. The PC version, I cannot be run at full resolution.
You were telling me that. Yeah, you said it was
here's the thing. Like, Warner Brothers offered a full refund for the game. It said, listen, we can't fix it for PC. You can have a full refund if you want. Literally what they said. I got the game for free when I bought my new video card.
Yeah.
I have not bought any DLC for that game. No, because I was so let down by it. And as much as I would love to play the rest of the stuff. But I don't know how I feel about this. You know, Arkham Origins was not made by Rocksteady.
Yes.
The people who made Arkham Origins is going to make another one.
A reboot, right?
A pre-Arkham Asylum.
Arkham Asylum was fantastic.
All those games are great.
I don't dig, and we've talked about it before. I don't dig that first person walking through and following the map and all that bullshit.
Well, that's third person.
However you call it. But Arkham Asylum was fantastic. I loved it. I downloaded the pack.
City are both great
I could play
games.
with Robin. I could play with Batman. I could play as this, as that. It was so awesome, and I got hooked. And then when the second game came out, I thought the graphic was great. I thought the premise was great. You're right. It fell short. It fell very short.
The only saving grace of Arkham Knight, and the only reason I would ever encourage...
Story.
Well, I was going to say, the only reason I would ever encourage anybody to play that game is Mark Hamill as the Joker.
Yeah.
It may be the last time he does it.
Yeah. And the story actually was...
And the story is Trump tweets.
Yeah.
But no, like the things he does, the song and dance routine he does in there.
Yep.
And like you actually stop playing the game to watch that whole routine.
Yeah. No, I got through about 30% of the game, and like I said, There was just so much. I don't know.
You know who the Arkham Knight is?
Yeah, it's fucking Jason Todd. Thank you.
When did you just like? Oh, it's Jason Todd. When did you figure it out?
Like I'm only 30% of the way through the game, and I knew it. Just the way that he was.
Yeah.
But I thought
the way that he acted towards Batman. And
does it not? Okay, so obviously it doesn't follow the arc of the animated films or anything else. This is a separate entity. Because Jason Todd is Red Hood.
No. The games are so definitely.
I was hoping for so much more because there's a message on an answer machine in Bruce Wayne's office from Lex Luthor. I was expecting so much more.
Yeah, I could see that.
But like Rocksteady, because I actually saw an interview with like someone from Rocksteady, and they're like, "Are you going to ever consider making a Superman game?" And the guys from Rocksteady are just like, "I don't think you can make a good Superman game."
I don't think so either.
I think you could.
Not at this point.
There was one for Atari. It was really good.
Oh, yeah.
It was all like this big.
That was the last good one there ever was. All other Superman games have sucked. Actually, here's the
They had a Superman arcade. They had a Superman arcade game. Remember there was two Supermans?
Yep.
One was original color and the other one was like a purple and like yellow or whatever, and you guys actually went side by side.
Yes, indeed.
That was actually pretty cool.
Here's the thing. I don't know if you ever... No, it's a PC only game, I think. DC Online?
No, I got it on Xbox One.
DC Online is not bad.
It's not bad. It's not
but
great.
You don't get
but
to
it's
play
a
those
grind.
characters.
Right, exactly. You can mimic them.
I made a Superman / Deadpool type character.
Yeah.
I have a guy who flies who uses swords. And, and it's... I think you could make a good Superman game, but it would take people like us to like come up with it.
The regular Joe who plays the game and knows what it takes to make the game better.
No, the people who really understand Superman, like Zack Snyder, does not understand
right,
Superman.
Exactly.
And that's why those
exactly.
Like Henry Cavill is great. Zack Snyder is shit.
Yes.
Like we don't.
Brandon Routh can kiss a dick.
I didn't mind him.
He wasn't terrible. He had the face for it.
Go home.
I think he had the face for it. He's just a really.
Like,
you know what it is? He's just a really. He's like a whiner.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Superman's not a whiner. Look, I rewatched Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice not too long ago. Actually, I had the stepdaughter watch the entire thing with me. She fell in love with the film, and Henry Cavill had put a little bass in his voice. If I wanted you dead, I'd have done it already. And she's like, "Oh, that's right." I'm like, "That's Superman."
Funny? Yeah. It's funny you mentioned that one line. That was the only line where I was just like, now that's Henry Cavill being Superman.
Yeah.
It's just like knowing what you can do and choosing not to.
And that goes back to Reed.
Then the rest,
Reed was
like,
the same way. Reed would go back to the Superman 2 in that diner scene after he loses his powers. He still thinks, I can do all this shit. Then when he goes back, he's reclaimed it. His chest is puffed. He knows.
Well,
he knows.
Here's the thing. They did it differently in Superman because he goes to, like, spin the world around, and when he stops, he hears his father echoing, saying, it's forbidden for you to interview human history. And, it was him saying, like, you can change the world, but you shouldn't.
Right.
You should let... And here's the thing. This is where those Superman movies go right, and these are going wrong. It's just like, you can... change the world, but let these people follow you.
Right.
Like, don't force them. That's why, like, I think one of the reasons why the story in Superman 4 sucks.
Right.
Because he tries to change shit.
So stories real quick. We're going to take a quick break here right after this. Biggest jaw dropper in a game ever.
Metroid, Seamus' girl.
Yeah, that was huge. that was huge.
As a kid, it blew your fucking mind.
It really did blow your mind because at that time you got to remember every hero at that point, and you went through that whole thing. And every hero in the Nintendo Galaxy has been a guy to this point.
Right? Yeah,
Link, fucking Mario. I mean, even like your double dribble guys were. Like the entire basketball team for fuck's sake.
Second runner
Ninja
up.
Gaiden, freaking Ryu. Who else did they
was
have?
His name Ryu?
Yeah, Ryu Hayabusa.
Oh yeah. Dude, it's been so long since we did that. We should film that.
That was awesome, dude.
Set up the microphones and do it right.
I'm not sure I have a biggest disappointment because I don't play a lot of.
No,
those.
not biggest. No, biggest jaw dropper. Like for one of mine, like I like that. For example, I don't know. Not a big RPG, but for PlayStation, Final Fantasy VII. your main character, you instantly meet Eris. She's your healer. And you're already getting this girl flowers. You go on a submission to get this girl a flower. So
Okay, I
you're
see
like,
where you're going.
You're like,
one.
this is my Biddy. This is my Chica. As a matter of fact, I named my girlfriend. Because you can rename your Final Fantasy name. So, sure. My guy was Mike. And then this was at the time, who was it? I think it was Carrie. I was dating Carrie Ann Willette. Yeah, Carrie Ann Willette. So it was Carrie. Mm-hmm. So I actually named her Carrie, right? Well, your main nemesis, and you got to remember, this is only like about an hour into the game. You're all happy-go-lucky, and you're going through, you just do this thing. Motherfucker comes running down with a sword right through her spine and kills her right in front of you, and you're like, but dude, I just named her. You can't do that. No, dude. So then you go through this whole game wanting nothing but revenge. And of course, Square knows.
Rage gaming.
Square knows. So Square gives you little tastes here and there, but you don't get to face him.
Again, I'm a big sports gamer, and when NBA Jam Tournament Edition came out back in '95, conspicuous by his absence was the king of basketball himself, Michael Jordan.
Yes, absolutely.
You had Pippen and Rodman as your 2-on-2 in NBA Jam, and if you, no matter what team you used, you got to the end. You had beaten everybody, and if you never lost a game, this is before Game Genie and all that bullshit. If you never lost a game in that 30-game run, actually you hit a particular dunk, and the thing dropped from the ceiling, and the thing opened up, and it's Michael Jordan. Now you have to beat Jordan.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what the fuck did I just do? I opened the gates of hell on myself because as much as I hate watching basketball, love playing the video games.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Fucking amazing.
And let's be honest, that was one of the best.
I think a good runner-up to jaw-dropping moments is Super Mario Brothers 2 when you find out it's all a dream.
Yeah, that was fucked.
That
was fucked.
It's only until now when you understand that wasn't really a Super Mario Brothers game, but it was like it was exported to America.
Yes,
you understand why it was all a dream.
Exactly.
But at the time,
that actually could go under disappointed. That's a good fucking call, dude. Because I remember me and Brian actually skipped school and played that fucking game.
You got Brian to skip school
all the way through. Yeah, it was during fucking. Well, actually,
you're Brian or Brian Benoit?
No, Brian Benoit.
I keep hearing that name,
but you know what? But he didn't
because
really,
he was the video game god.
He didn't have any classes that day. It was during midterms.
Was he a senior?
No, he was a junior at the time. I was a
you're a senior
sophomore
at Norwich Tech, you don't need to do anything.
This was during midterms. So I think he didn't have anything that day.
Midterms.
So. Or whatever it was. It must have been the end. Finals.
That's the only reason you went to a tech school, because no midterms, you don't need to do foreign language.
He had nothing going on that day. That was the only reason why he was like, we do that. So we fucking...
Trust me.
We went the entire fucking
I went to
thing,
Norwich Tech for a year and a half, I know.
Yeah. Well, I went because, no foreign language, no midterms.
That's it.
So while everybody is stressed now about midterms, except Mike.
Yeah. Mike went to Ledger.
Mike was like, fuck midterms.
That's where I ended up.
Midterms.
Ledger. Fuck midterms.
Fucking midterms.
Ruined your whole January right there.
Mike was like, fuck midterms. That's all about
Your
white
midterms.
privilege.
It is white privilege.
All right, guys. We'll be right back in 2 and 2, all right?
What are you, Chuck Woolery?
Yeah, you like that?
All right.
I actually slept for my junior Spanish midterm. Woke up the last bit of it, finished it. Now it's related. Because he put me in fresh.
All right, guys. While we're taking a break, I'm actually going to talk to you guys for a little bit, and
It's not in the contract.
pretty soon pretty soon Jabroni's going to freak out, like, what the hell is he talking about? But I want to talk to you about Fandango. Folks, if you like movie tickets, you should go to www.lokiandjabroni.com. Click the Fandango link. You can get great deals on movie tickets. There's a lot of great movies coming out. We got, what movies are coming out right now? The next Alien movie is about to come out. Star Wars in December. All these great movies. You can get the tickets. Go to www.lokiandjabroni.com. Click the Fandango link. There's also links to gift cards. You can get gift cards through Fandango if you want to give gifts to your kids, friends, whatever. You can do it through there. You can also, there's also online media that you can check out on Fandango. Do that. I want to talk about King's Bottle. Folks, if you are creating a home bar, and I know some of you are homeowners and guys out there, I know you just want that home bar, go to King's Bottle, click the link on the Loki Jabroni Show. Look at the great products they have. They got coolers, wine coolers, beverage coolers, any type of cooler you can think of to set up your own home bar. So click on that, make a great purchase, get a great product, and you help the show at the same time. WWE Shop is something you hear us talk about a lot because we do talk about wrestling a lot. Go to the WWE Shop, click and get great products. You can get championship belts. You can get toys. You can get tickets. You can get whatever you need. You can also subscribe to the WWE Network. Why is that good? If you subscribe to the WWE Network, you get all access to all pay-per-views, all matches, everything listed on TV, and they have streaming capability to your TV of your choice or whatever if you got a smart TV. We also got Zounds.com, which is a great place to go if you are a professional DJ, if you produce music, or if you do a podcast like we're doing here. You can go to Zounds.com, get some great stuff. Just click the link, buy the stuff. They have a 4-payment plan, so you can. They use it. They call it Play Now, Pay Later. So you can click on that. You can do a 4-payment plan with them with no credit check. Get the gear you need to do the best possible show you can. DJ and best possible events you can. We use them here at the Loki and Jabroni. A lot of the equipment we're using is from Zounds.com. They have great stuff. We also have a new affiliate that I'm really, really, really happy about. TV Store Online. That's right. TV Store Online. So let's say you are hooked on some crazy shows like Breaking Bad, or you're hooked on shows like
The Outsiders.
No, I didn't see The Outsiders.
Days of Our Lives.
Breaking Bad, or The Nerd Show. What's that nerd show?
The Big Bang Theory.
The Big Bang Theory. They got shirts from them or materials from them. All kinds of great TV stuff, comic books, whatever. You know, there's great stuff on this. There's a link there. You can click on that, get some great stuff from there, and you help the show. And for you small business owners out there, okay, like us, we're a small business. Small business out there. There's a company we are now associated with, SwiftTick. They can create a cell phone app for you. For Android, for iPhone, doesn't matter. They will create an app for you. If you go to www.lokiandjabroni.com, click the links, you can get a great app for your business and help the Loki and Jabroni Show at the same time. Really glad to have these guys as a sponsor. I think it's a great product. We only push products that we believe in, and we think this is something you will like. So definitely go to www.lokiandjabroni.com. If you just want to help us out, if you just want to donate to the show, go to the Patreon page. There's a link on our website, or you can go to www.patreon.com/Loki and Jabroni. Donate to the store. You can donate $1, $2, whatever, get some exclusive content, or you can go to the Patreon page and you can get on the T-shirt plan where you can get an exclusive made T-shirt from Loki. We'll personally make you a T-shirt, print it out, we'll get it sent out to you. Not only do you support the show, but you're going to get a T-shirt every month, an exclusive T-shirt every month.
It's pretty badass.
We have plans for a bi-monthly T-shirt plan and a monthly T-shirt plan. The more people we get on this, the more great T-shirts we're going to make. Can't beat that. Also,
Yeah.
that's right. We the month's coming up, so get on that. Also, I've got a GoFundMe going on. The link is on the Facebook page. Just trying to upgrade the equipment here. If you want to just donate a lump sum, but if you donate if you make a $50 donation, you get an exclusive T-shirt that nobody can get. You can get a GOAT T-shirt.
That's right.
Which means you are the Loki and Jabroni GOAT fan. That's right. Greatest fan of all time. The Gafote.
The Gafote.
The Gafote shirts. You can get the Gafote shirt. The greatest fan of all time. If you donate that, we're trying to get better equipment to give you a better show. That's all we want to do is give you a better show and expand the network, give you great content. www.lokiandjabroni.com. Also sign up for the mailing list. The more people we get on the mailing list, the more we can do some random contests. We like to hear just what you think. Tell us if you hate it, love it. We don't care. We love the anger. Just give us your anger. If there's something you're pissed about that you want us to talk about that you can't talk about yourself, just do it and we'll do it. www.lokiandjabroni.com. Really glad you're tuning in. And Loki is back in the building.
Yeah, real quick before he sits down, for all of you that are watching this now, this may not go on the actual body of the show that goes up on iTunes, Stitcher, etc. Didn't we just add Stitcher recently?
We're on Stitcher.
Yeah, so a lot of places
We're
you
on
can get
Stitcher.
us.
We're on TuneIn. We're on Spreaker.
Yeah, I know how much you dislike them. But Sunday, April 30th at Aruga's on Route 32 near the Mohegan Sun,
Ooh,
you will
love me
find
some Arugas.
You will find Loki and Jabroni and hopefully Mr. Eddie Focus with our rig for the WWE Payback pay-per-view.
Yes.
And our special viewing partner and hopeful future guest, the franchise himself, Shane Douglas, is going to be there.
Which, by the way, can I just say, if you guys have never even realized, Shane Douglas did come over for a small stunt, and let me say a small stunt in WWE.
Two of them, actually. They were both this big.
They had no idea what to do with him. Once again, you get badass talent. Look him up. Watch some of Shane Douglas's matches. I'm telling you,
if you want to see a badass promo, he is a good microphone guy. He's a great microphone guy. He's up there with Ric Flair. He's up there with Hulk Hogan, who could work a microphone, and he could sell you anything you wanted to sell. My favorite one was, I don't know if you've ever seen it, he wins the NWA title.
Yes.
Which by that time the NWA title meant fuck all.
It meant shit, exactly.
Yeah, he's naming off the great champions like Kerry Von Erich, like Dusty Rhodes, like Rick Steamboat, like Ric Flair. And his dad had just died. So he looks up at his dad. He's like, "This is it tonight, Dad," because he knew he was about to make an impact. He takes that title belt and goes, "And they can all kiss my ass." Throws the belt right on the ground, and the whole crowd just goes, "Oh!"
Yeah. He was one of those.
Stick,
he was
man.
one of those guys that can completely do something
He
like
was
that.
controversial.
That's why they called him the franchise. That's why he was the franchise. Love him, hate him. He's gonna be at Aruga's. Trust me on this. Connor,
Connor Productions is
it's
doing
a real deal, man.
Yeah.
He's a real deal. He's bringing some good stuff. If you guys didn't get a chance to see us last time, obviously,
I watched that interview with Tony Atlas, by the way. No, the DVD.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
Christ, I got to give that thing to you.
Nice.
What did the thing happen at Aruga's?
Shane Douglas is going to be there for the WWE Payback pay-per-view at Aruga's, and Loki and Jabroni are going to be there, and we're going to sweet talk the ever-loving shit out of the franchise.
And we're going to get some mac and cheese, fucking buffalo mac
Fuck
and
that.
cheese.
We're getting fried pickles and beer.
And some fucking some buffalo mac and cheese.
All right, so we're getting some food.
And the
yada,
burger-
yada, yada.
the
When's
burger-
it happening?
Sunday, April 30th, I'm going to get the burger with the knife stabbed in it, because that's a big fucking burger.
It is a big burger.
We can be there.
No,
We are going to be
We
there.
are going to be there. Loki and
question-
Jabroni
No,
are
no,
already
I
going to be
mean-
there.
We, the collective
We're going to be
triumvirate.
live.
The
We're gonna
show could be
live.
there.
Oh, we're going to be that.
We can record on Sunday.
We can. We might be able to take a Monday
Well,
off. How
because
about
I'll
that?
tell you what, we were right next to Tony Atlas.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing.
As I watched that interview that he did, as much as I love Tony Atlas, would love to hear some of his stories. I don't think he would translate well on the phone. Just in the manner that he speaks, he's very Southern Virginia, very rambly, very thick-worded. So It's a lot like the Ward Burton homework. Homework. Go to YouTube and find a Ward Burton interview after a race. Ward Burton wins the Daytona 500. Oh man, the car almost ain't good. It was like Boomhauer. Ward Burton was the. I swear to God, Ward Burton was the impetus for Boomhauer. I really do. I say that to this day. Ward Burton.
Eric Mitchell. All I have is a PlayStation 2.
Well,
man, I'm going to send you a fucking Xbox
Eric B.
One.
Mitchell will be in Florida on April 30th. You're not going to come hang out with the franchise. That's okay. We'll get you a signed autograph or something.
You know what? Shout out to Eric. ATV Off-Road, still the best game for PlayStation 2.
Mm. Also, shout out to Eric B. Mitchell. We did it last week for buying that fantastic Intercontinental Championship
Wait a minute.
replica.
Baldur's Gate was on PlayStation 2.
I only know it on PC.
That was a good game.
Right.
Actually, I just bought...
what can I do for you?
I just bought it
4 o'clock in the morning. I mean,
We're hot already. We may as well just keep going. I want to ask you guys a question. I know you guys, especially you, because you and I talk about it often. Wrestling video games from the time we were children to the time now.
Nintendo Pro Wrestling was awesome.
No Mercy.
No Mercy.
No Mercy.
Was
No
up
Mercy
in
was the best one.
I always thought WCW NWO was awesome.
But I
too.
will say, what was the one that had
shit.
Starman?
And Nintendo
Was
Pro
that pro wrestling?
That was with the generic wrestlers. That was pro wrestling.
That was a good actual wrestling
a great
game.
representation.
No, it was a
wish they
great
did-
wrestling
here's the thing,
game.
Everything is like a licensed property. I wish they would do more stuff like that.
You know what's funny is
like,
they had a
like Bobo Wrestling.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
What was it? It was 3DO, right? Was it 3DO? Yeah, 3DO ended up Dreamcast. Dreamcast for a little while there was actually it was the hotness. It came out and they were doing pretty fucking good.
I never
Because
got into
the
it.
The Saturn was a flop. The Saturn didn't do too well.
What's a Saturn?
Exactly. Sega Saturn? You don't remember that?
Yeah, I remember. I'm joking.
I actually had that because it did have one
That's right
game.
up there with, what is it, the
had
3DI?
Marvel,
Yeah.
It had Marvel, not Marvel, I'm sorry. It had X-Men versus Street Fighter. It was a Sega.
It was a scaled down
Yes,
fucking
yes. It was
terrible,
a Sega Saturn.
blocky fucking...
Yes, Sega Saturn exclusive, though. You couldn't get it anywhere else, dude.
Oh, here's Sega Saturn also had that shitty Alien versus Predator game, didn't they? Or was that oh no, that was the Atari one.
That was the Atari Jaguar. That was horrible. What a terrible fucking system, man. What a terrible system.
But Splatterhouse was good.
Splatterhouse was already an arcade game, though.
Yeah, but you couldn't own it. You
No, I know.
except
No,
on
you're
the
right. You're
Jaguar
right. You're
or,
right. Yes.
Until
yes.
they
Yes.
made it for the
3DX
console.
Same
on
thing
the,
with Altered Beast. Remember?
Yes.
That was on the
Go-
arcade only, came out in Sega.
Well, you brought up No Mercy. And
Love No Mercy.
as the games progressed, I can remember sitting with a former friend of mine, and we would binge play these games. Like, you know what would be cool? If you could create your own guy. Ding! You got it. You know what would be cool? If you could not only create your own guy, but import your own music. Ding! You got it. You know what would be even better? If you could take your guy and make every single move the move you... Ding! And now we're here. The last one I bought was 2K16 WWE. You have that game as well.
Game.
You had the 15 variety.
I got 16 right now
Okay.
for free because I have the EA package.
Oh yeah.
Two-part
It's like
question.
$4.99 a month,
Okay.
and you get access to all their games. It's like fucking awesome.
Every female that has ever walked into and in some cases walked out of my life says that this game is Barbie dolls for men. So my question is two parts. What is the best character you've either created or have in your head to create? Because you've seen a lot of my characters. They're just some fucked up stuff. And do you like the fact the entrances, creating your own entrances? Ours is fantastic.
Yeah,
Eddie's is fantastic, although he still says he's a ginger. If you saw it on my TV, you look
easy,
like you.
man.
I don't
already
like
got
the
it.
one you did for me. I think the one I did for me is so much
Yours
better.
is
I made
really good.
I made my own team called the Kings of Chronic.
And they are.
KOK.
My favorite character is not even me.
Mine isn't either.
It's me doing... I did Ron Paul.
Did you really?
I made a Ron Paul, and I had him fight with Bernie Sanders, Donald
Wow.
Trump, and Barack Obama.
Wow.
I have the video on my
dude,
PC.
I like doing those.
Yeah.
I've done a Wolverine, Hulk, Thor. Like those are fun, man.
Dude,
Those
here's the thing.
I think I have
downloaded
more
Jason,
fun.
I downloaded Michael Myers, and
Wow.
I'm trying to find a good Freddy, and I'm just gonna have them go at it.
Dude, I
Maybe
think that's
Pinhead.
fun. That's more fun sometimes for me to do. If you sit there and you make a
can't-
character,
yeah.
and then you have them go out and do a battle
See,
royal.
Did you try to do the photo thing? And
In my head,
I can't get
I
that
have
to
the
work
Connect,
No,
right.
so
I
it
can't
works
either.
fucking awesome for me, dude.
in my head, I hear like if I'm out and about and I hear a song, I'll say, "Oh, I can use that," and I'm going to create a character built around a song for the entrance. So recently, I have a dancing German Nazi sympathizer. He's yet to be built. His name is Don.
You can't help but make that wall bigger.
Yes, I know.
He loves
Don Kashane. And that he is going to come to the ring and he's going to do his little dance. He's going to have the
Don Kashane.
Don Kashane. Two of my favorite characters of all time.
It's like
One
Hank
is,
and Low.
Right, Hank and Low, right? Trivia, Hank and Low. One of my favorite characters has been going on for 15 years. He's Felipe the Pool Boy. He is a Mexican, if you want to call him homosexual, you can. Don't assume his gender, whatever. The most flamboyant character I've ever created.
Mine's been Loki. Always had
the other
Loki.
one is
I've always had a Loki.
The other one is based on a friend of the show. Is the Alaskan Assassin. He's got his little cap turned backwards, flannel shirt, camouflage
He's
gimmick.
got his Nazi hairdo.
You know what? Hat doesn't come off, so we can't see what his hairdo is.
Oh, so he's doing like a John Cena.
Pretty much. A lot of these characters are great. I've created Robin. I've created the Joker. I had a Batman character. I had the Hulk, where his feet were so big because he was 8 feet tall and whatever. His feet disappeared into the mat, so I had to kill that character. I made a Deadpool. I don't know if you ever saw my Deadpool.
Oh yeah.
The three of us, I loved creating, but I think the Green Manalishi. If I had to rank number one, the Green Manalishi was my favorite, and it was basically a Road Warrior ripoff. If the Road Warriors smoked weed, that's the Green Manalishi. And I want to give them a partner so they could be the Weed Warriors, and they'll be from Colorado, obviously. And,
Dude, I fucking die every time I'm like looking for something to watch on Netflix, and there's like 8 documentaries, and they all start with the word lucha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that recently?
Yeah.
Every documentary is like you got Steve Gleason, you got Prescription Thugs, you got this. Oh, what? Lucha this, Lucha that, Lucha
Yeah.
this.
Like, what is it about Mexican wrestling? I'm like, I'm not knocking it, but what?
It's like a religion to those people.
What is
No,
the?
it really is.
Consider it this. There was a guy, I think his name was El Santo. He was big in the 60s and 70s. He died sometime in the 90s. He was buried with his mask on.
Yeah, he couldn't.
Because not only was his family there, they opened it to the public, the viewing and in the burial. He doesn't want to be seen without his mask. That ruins the image. And
Oh,
they
it is. They
believe
live
in
it.
that shit.
That's
When
why-
Rey
that's why,
Mysterio
yeah,
in
when he
WCW,
unmasked,
when he lost his
oh,
mask,
man.
he can't go back to Mexico and put that mask on.
No.
They believe in that shit.
I was like,
they consider
I was
it
like
real.
watching, I can't remember what it was. I was watching some show.
That's like a superhero, man.
Yeah.
I was watching some show, and there's a character in it who was like a Mexican wrestler, movie star, or whatever, and he ended up breaking his leg, and now he worked at some shop or whatever, and that was like a focal point of the show. And I was like thinking to myself, I was like, what is it about these Mexican wrestler guys that are like, you know, I'm not saying they're lousy wrestlers. It's cool
no, they're
shit.
fantastic.
It's cool shit. I just like.
No, that's just it.
You know, back when I was a kid, everybody talked about Japanese wrestling. Japanese this, Japanese that.
It's kind of the same.
You gotta get
over
taped.
there,
No, it's
if you
not.
Think about it, like
stylistically, yes, but you got to get tapes from Japan. Why? When I can just get the lucha stuff, and it's 10 times better.
Well, you know what's funny? Like you listen to the stories of the. We're getting way off topic, but you listen to these stories from these old wrestlers, and at a certain point, they all say the same thing. Oh, I went to Japan to make money.
Oh,
So
because
it was like
if you're a gaijin foreigner
they
that comes
obviously
over,
paid more money.
Oh,
out
yes,
there.
they
It was
did.
like-
Yeah.
a guy who couldn't make big money here, like Dr. Death, Steve Williams, Terry Gordy. They made money in the 80s, but then again, everybody made money in the 80s.
Yeah.
And in the 90s, when your career here, everybody thinks you're washed up. You go to Japan, you make 3 times what you made in the 80s in a year.
Yeah, but like a lot of them, it's like you listen to them, it's like they started in Japan, or like they started in Indiana and then moved to Japan.
Well, yeah, that's where they send them to get training back in the day. The
I don't know, it's just crazy.
schools weren't that great here.
I watched a documentary about the corruption in sumo wrestling, and it's fucking crazy.
Man, I saw that documentary.
It's fucking crazy. It's like, wow, you don't think about it because to us it's like Honda kind of fucking
Yokozuna.
We think it's a joke, but then like
they
go
take
there
it
and it's
serious.
like, it's like
big
oh
over
no,
there.
big mob bets,
is-
big
that's-
mob
that's
controlled industry.
But, no, on the sports topic, is there? I know your boy plays the FIFA soccer game. I recently saw a lacrosse video game, which I never thought I'd see in a million years.
There's tennis out there.
Tennis there's
volleyball.
always been, yeah.
I mean, if you go into any of the ones where there's actually like the connects or whatever involved, there's a lot of them. That there's obviously the bowling one that's out there.
Yep.
The
Wii bowling is always my favorite.
The skeet ball. There's even a skeet ball out there.
Are you shitting me?
Oh no, dude. No, I mean there's.
Wow.
But those are the ones that require you to do the motions.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if you're just talking about like controller, yeah, there's lacrosse. There's soccer.
Mm-hmm.
There's baseball. There's football. There's basketball. There's college of all those sports. There's golf.
I love my college
There's
football game.
NASCAR. I mean, there's
couple
fishing for fuck's sake.
I know.
Fishing drives me crazy.
Hold on, no.
How
back
the
in the
fuck
day,
can you make a fishing?
back in the day, my friend Mike and
I
I
actually like that game.
My friend Mike and I had Bassmaster for the old original Nintendo push it in and push it down. And, oh,
Jaws.
my Lord, it was so fun.
Jaws is my favorite fishing game.
That was a great game. I don't know if
What
it
I
was a fishing
never
game.
understood about that game is like there's that level where you shoot fish and then Jaws comes out and it's like why the fuck you worried about shooting fish when there's a killer shark
Right.
like eating the tourists?
Is there? Are we in a time now where a lot of these sports, like tennis, like all this, that had little? I remember the Activision tennis game. It was so fucking lame.
The only next step we have, dude, is virtual reality.
You know what?
That's going to be
one of the
great,
sports.
though.
No, that's going to be insane.
Like
yeah.
I was going to
That's
say
gonna be-
earlier when we were talking about the guitar here.
I mean, did
learning
you
the
see-
guitar, learning the guitar and stuff is going to be great with virtual reality because it's going to be like.
Did you
hit
see
here, hit
these
there.
pods where people are doing these first-person shooters
Right.
and these dude? They're literally like moving in these
Resident
fucking. I
Evil
mean,
You actually
7
think you're behind
Resident
the
Evil 7
soldier
is
with his
geared
gun.
for virtual reality,
Right.
dude, can you imagine?
which is why I can't run it on my computer.
Could you fucking imagine a Resident Evil fucking virtual? I think I'll fucking probably shit myself
Seriously,
the first
Resident
time I
Evil
fucking
7 is built for virtual reality.
I do.
It is
I'm
built for
going
it.
to tell you
if
right
you
now.
if you put
You
on
see
the
what you did?
Vive, I think it'll work with the Vive.
I'm going to tell you right now. I'll shit myself, dude.
see what he did?
I shit myself the first time those fucking
What'd I
dogs
do?
came shattering through the fucking windows.
You took us off topic. Somewhere,
talking about video games.
I know. Somewhere in 1998, I remember for the Nintendo 64 YLI Tournament Golf. I don't golf, but I played the fuck out of that game. And now you got Tiger Woods PGA.
No. It's just PGA now.
I know, because
there is no Tiger Woods.
if
It's
they
just
were to make a
it's
Tiger
just
Woods-
PGA Tour.
What's the difference
That's it.
between Tiger Woods and Santa Claus?
Because they have to pay him.
Santa stops after 3 hoes.
Not Tiger. He keep going.
Yeah, I know.
He
That's
keep
what I'm saying.
going
But
and
those
going.
games, I see some of these kids, and they're like, "Oh, I got to get the new Tiger Woods PGA or PGA, whatever." I'm like, "Really? Have you ever swung a club
That
in your
was,
life?"
you know,
no,
that-
but it's
That was
becoming-
one of those. Those are the ones that piss me off for the season passes. Because a game like PGA Tour, you know what they give you for the season passes? Different fucking courses. And the next year when it comes out,
Those
guess what?
courses are embedded into the game.
Exactly. They're already fucking there. It's the same thing with Madden.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they have all these different cards now that they bring out. Well, they're already there.
Well,
They're
originally,
in there.
the Maddens, and I'll go to NHL for the same thing, would have, not only did you have your 30 NFL teams or 32 NFL teams, but then they'd bring in NFL Europe.
Yeah.
And then they would bring in the NFL.
even makeup teams, dude.
Yeah.
You'd have logos.
I've
for
made
makeup
my
teams.
own teams.
Oh, absolutely. That was half the fun of fucking.
Yeah,
any
and
of
then
those games.
NHL came in, and it was just NHL, and then they brought in the AHL, the AAA version of hockey, and
Yeah.
then now you get the AHL, the CHL, the Hockey League in Canada, where you can have the Calgary Hitmen, Bret Hart's team that he's financially invested in. You can have hockey teams from around the world, but 2 years earlier, because I have NHL 15, NHL 13 I bought. I was going to get back into the hockey gimmick with video games. I'd let it go because you needed a college degree just to shoot the puck. like X, Y, Z backwards.
The problem is with sports games, they want to make it so realistic that they continue. I mean, how
they want to sell the players. Let's keep it wrong.
Well, not only that,
it's like,
not only that, you have to make the game fresh and interesting every year.
Well,
that's the problem with Call of Duty. Is what are you going to do new?
Going into what I'm going to say though, one of like my favorite baseball games that I ever played was for the Neo Geo, the Baseball Stars game, because
Baseball Stars.
It was all made up teams with these interesting characters. That's fun.
Yeah,
I love that game.
I honestly have no interest in playing the Major League Baseball characters.
That was like
no interest.
I did, and
remember
then
the dodgeball game?
Yep.
Same idea. Super dodgeball. Same fucking idea,
the
man.
thing
I
with the
love that
baseball
fucking
game
game.
is you could make yourself. You could make your buddies, and you could put them on the teams. Like if I had known you back in 2005, and I'm building my character, who I put on the Yankees, I would put you on the Red Sox. I'd put you on Toronto. I'd put whoever. If you're a Rangers fan, let me know. I would have put you on the Rangers. It was fun.
There was like one baseball game, I can't remember it, but there were like monsters on it.
Yeah.
I thought that was fun. It was real baseball, though.
It was different, but it was. There was one in the late 90s where if you won enough games and you unlocked enough stuff, you could play on a space station where a 400-foot home run became like a 1,200-foot home run because of the lack of gravity.
If Capcom made a fucking baseball game and like all the people from Street Fighter were in it, I'd fucking play it.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
They made a WWE.
Could you imagine the home run like Fei Long hit?
They made a WWF racing game back in the day. Rush Hour, Crash Hour, some bullshit like that.
Well, that's just ridiculous.
I know, but so is zombies playing baseball.
That's as ridiculous as a cartoon show. Oh,
so
wait, never mind.
Let's look how the controller modified. We start off with an Atari.
Yeah, the joystick.
You had this and this. That's it.
Yep.
A button and a stick.
Well, then you had
from there we had a ColecoVision.
I was going to say the ColecoVision.
If you were lucky enough, which was
Lord, was that not the most
disc,
confusing shit?
You had a disc up here. You had
the buttons on the sides,
and then you had a
keypad
that never did anything.
Here.
No.
For Mousetrap,
and
it
War
opened
Games.
up. Yeah. Mousetrap and War Games.
Because you had the insert that told you the different things that you could do in War Games. Thank you very much.
I was too hooked
up
on
your
the Popeye
butt,
game.
Eddie Focus.
The Popeye game
I was
was
too hooked
badass.
on the Popeye game. So.
Yes, the Popeye game was badass.
You were probably like me. You probably played Burger Time till your head fell off.
No.
Burger Time was the shit.
Burger Time was
Fight.
fun. I like Burger Time.
For me, it was Food Fight.
Food Fight was fun too, though.
Food Fight.
So
and, Joust.
So then you go on from ColecoVision. Now we have Nintendo coming on. No, hold on.
Before that was the Atari. Yeah, the Atari 2600.
There was the
Atari
5200,
5800.
the 5200,
yes.
and the 7800. Because my buddy had both of them, and
Yeah.
Jungle
And they
Hunt was the
changed the
best.
controller slightly.
Yeah, it
Not
wasn't
by much.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
enough.
but slightly.
Enough, yeah.
It wasn't. I think it wasn't until the Nintendo came out there was a serious overhaul.
Well, then they became handheld like this.
I remember we were all like, "What the fuck is this bullshit?"
Right?
What are you supposed to
When you
do?
bought a Nintendo, you saw this little box, and you're like, where's the stick?
What is this? How
What am I
supposed
supposed to do?
to
Remember there was
control?
aftermarket accessories that would
That
turn
would
it into
actually,
Yes.
yeah,
I
it would
remember that.
actually
Yes.
turn it into a freaking controller. Yes, I do remember that.
Quickly, because I see what our time is. If you had to pick two favorite games of all time that you could if you could sit in front of your TV for a week and just binge play and drink fucking Monster Energy and stay up for 135 hours, what are your two favorite video games of all time?
Ninja Gaiden, without a doubt. I love that fucking series. I could play any Ninja Gaiden game, even the ones nowadays where Ninja Gaiden Black was supposedly one of the hardest games that they ever brought out. Whatever it was, it's like anything that you like. It's anything you do in video games. If it's something that you really like to do, you'll learn the combos. You'll figure it out. Ninja Gaiden, and I'm gonna have to say Grand Theft Auto, man.
Okay.
And the reason why, like everyone else out there, I know you do the exact same thing. You get like 3-4 missions done. And then you just start walking down the street, and then you shoot somebody.
I can see that.
And then you get 2 stars. Then you get 3 stars.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you have 5 stars. And now the game becomes Escape the Law.
Right. Eddie, your 2 favorite video games of all time?
Oh, man. We have to break this up into different...
Oh, fuck me running. See?
Sorry. It's hard to... All right.
Pick 2.
Old school, the first Legend of Zelda.
Great game.
Easily. Fighting game.
Ocarina of Time, though, was fucking my favorite. Out of all the
Old school fighting
Zeldas.
game, Double Dragon 2.
Ooh.
Okay. Newer game that I could just play over and over and over again. I want to say Skyrim, but I'm still kind of playing it. I haven't gotten through it yet.
Okay.
But it is just that.
That's
good.
one of the. Yeah, I was going to say that's a good one.
For newer games, it's not out for consoles, but I'm going to say Wasteland 2.
Okay.
I'm going to say Friday the 13th, baby. I'm looking forward to that.
That game's going to be
I'm going to
great.
look forward to that, baby. You might want to pick up a console for that fucking thing right there.
It sucks.
No, it's going to be
not-
badass.
it sucks. It's probably not going to be cross-platform, but it looks so good.
But it's going to be Xbox One, dude. This is going to be the ultimate hide and seek game. Like, you don't understand. Like, you know what? Not to throw,
No, go
but
ahead.
have you played Evolve? Evolve was
It's free,
supposed
so I
to
should probably try.
Evolve was supposed to be that.
There's another game like that called Dead by Daylight,
It's
it's funny. They actually have Michael Myers in it. He
That's
because
cool.
you can play a killer and you play like 4
Right.
survivors, and they actually got the Halloween license. Apparently, they have Michael Myers, and you know, the only thing is they don't fuck with you by saying season pass. You have to like buy the extras.
Yeah.
And I bought them up to this point because what they do is they give you another map and extra killers attached to that map, and the killers have been pretty cool. So it's the same thing. It's similar to what Friday the 13th is going to be like, except like in Dead by Daylight, you got to start generators, open a door, and escape.
Yeah.
Or like the killer's got to kill you, put you up on a hook, and sacrifice you to the spider god. Like it's kind of fucked up. And like just the more you go, the more you like upgrade. And actually, one of the survivors is Laurie Strode from Halloween.
Wow.
Like, with the Halloween update.
So that's cool. That is
Actually, they
cool.
just added Bill from Left 4 Dead as a survivor.
Wow.
in Dead by
Really?
Daylight.
Nice,
Yeah, it was
nice.
weird. I'm like,
Nice.
okay. Just one day, just like, you can have Bill for free. Congratulations.
Wow.
So
Like,
it's
thanks.
been
I like
a pretty
Bill.
fun game. If Friday the 13th is even like a scratch on that, it's going to be great. You know, but you can have like 7, I think up to 7 counselors, and then one person playing Jason. And they're saying there's a way to kill Jason. Like they say that there's a way to kill Jason, but they're not telling anyone.
Okay.
Well, we'll find out.
For me,
'Cause that's going to be fun.
one of the games, I don't know where it died, but Montezuma's Revenge was badass. For my Atari 5200, they eventually moved it forward. It was a great game. I wish
never got into
I
it,
loved it. I loved Montezuma's Revenge, and I know that's old school. If I still had all those consoles, I'd play that forever. But games that I can play now,
I don't know. A lot of the old school games don't ever fucking.
they don't evolve.
No, it's not. They don't evolve. They don't. There's a term for it. They don't age well. They don't like literally like. If you ever played like,
Look, Pitfall is not going to make it in.
have you played
2017.
Contra lately?
No.
Don't.
Okay.
It's one of those. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those like keep it here.
Sure.
Keep it here.
So
Don't
for
play
me-
the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game either.
Don't
No.
do. Yeah, exactly. Do
I get it.
yourself.
Like you don't realize how much that game actually sucked until you see other people talk about it. Like, yeah, that did. kinda
All right, I'll
suck.
buy it. I'll buy it.
It was.
For
we were
me,
so excited.
I'm-
It was like
I'm stuck on Madden 11. Madden 11 easily was the best football game ever made. I love me some sports games, so that one was good. But if I'm going to go back in time, gosh,
We could take the franchise. I mean, obviously, Madden.
Madden evolves and grows,
Constantly-
but there's
it constantly
sometimes where,
evolves.
like Madden 13, where in Madden 11 or any other Madden, you could plow through a line like an actual football player.
Yeah, that truck stick in that 11 was
Oh,
ridiculous.
I never used that. I don't.
Can we let Madden die?
No.
It's not going to die.
But in Madden 13,
unfortunately.
if you so much as touch somebody, your guy's on the ground. So
Yeah, it was because 11 was the truck stick, dude. You literally, all you do is take that stick and go, and your guy goes, and if you were Adrian Peterson, or if you were like
Michael
Jerome
Turner,
Bettis,
yeah.
or if you were Eddie George, or any of these fucking big running backs, forget it, dude. You throw them on their asses.
I remember.
So that's the problem is they come up with all these great ideas,
Yep.
and then the next year they counteract
Let's
those
make it
ideas.
more real.
Right. And then let's make gang tackling, and then they realize that doesn't work, so they fuck. It's a constant.
Didn't you have Madden for the 3DO?
Yeah, oh yeah,
And,
yeah.
Like I remember, what was it? Is it the Madden All Star Team or whatever the fuck it is, where he picks these players?
the All Madden team, yeah.
And
he-
like he had the video clip is like you
That
take
was
this
awesome.
team, you take this team against any team and you can whip them. And I'm like, I'm listening to him. I didn't watch football at all back then. And like I turned to him just like, okay, I said to Mike, I'm like, just because they're good players doesn't mean they're going to play well together. Mike just looks at me. He's like, would you shut the fuck up?
My last pick is any WWE game. They seem to raise the bar every year.
No, the WrestleMania game sucked.
The WrestleMania games
The
suck.
first WrestleMania game
That
sucked,
wasn't.
though.
I don't
But as
consider that.
as they
Yeah.
progress,
I wanted to be so great.
I'll go back to WCW, NWO,
Do you remember,
No Mercy.
You remember
et
the
cetera.
giant walking out?
Yep. Looking like he's smuggling watermelons.
Ass bigger than Nicki Minaj. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Or the first, it came from Japan. I had it.
Eddie Guerrero.
Yep. And they had the flat face with the hexagon nose. But again, we progress, we move forward, and the WWE games in the last 5 years, yeah, you know the one. The last 5 years have been incredible.
WrestleFest in the arcade was great.
I loved that game. I
No,
always
that was-
used
yeah.
Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, and
that
Ultimate
was-
Warrior. That was
it's
my
like-
team.
That just looked good, though. That's the one thing about the
game for
arcade. So, man.
Nintendo. I was like, when I remember watching that, and like you could have the tiniest character slam Andre the Giant. I'm just like, this is such
Oh,
bullshit.
No Mercy.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a little bit about No Mercy. I always liked to use Taz because he had the best submissions, he had the best suplexes, and eventually you have to fight Andre. And Taz is 5'8", 230. Andre is 7'4", 580. And he goes to pick him up, and he goes, and then he reaches around and holds his back. I'm like, now that's realism, motherfucker. That's realism. And that was the first time. And even now in 2016, when Andre the Giant is a character that I unlocked, my guy, who is 215, 5'10", can't lift up Andre the Giant unless his energy is like way
See,
down
that's why I
here.
like the 2K16 games. Like I try to pick up like Big Show, and it won't let me.
Nope, you have to get him down to a certain level,
Right.
and then yeah. So, wow, I learned
That's
a lot
levels.
about. I learned a lot about the games you guys love. Trust me.
No,
I
it's just
really
I
do.
remember because I was really deep into wrestling at the time, and like WrestleMania, the game came out, and like remember playing them.
fuck.
I'm like, this is such a big fucking disappointment.
Yeah, dude, I wanted it
The
to be
original
good.
cartridge
I
game.
wanted
Like,
that
I pulled
shit
it
to be
out. I
good.
pulled it out, just like we're playing Nintendo Pro Wrestling. This shit is
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah,
Right?
No, I
No,
wanted that shit to
I
be
feel
good.
you on that one.
Yeah, it wasn't until much late because it was hard to get a good wrestling game. It was impossible to get a good boxing game other than Punch Out.
The first really good wrestling game I thought was Super Nintendo.
Look, games
Raw's War.
went through a really, like for us, it went through a really good phase.
Well, we're old enough
played
to
games-
remember
You
the
played games
progression.
at first. It was by yourself.
Yep.
When Atari came out, the most you would do is play
Pitfall.
against each other. You play against each other. It was 1v2. That was it. You had tanks. You had all these other things. If it wasn't you were physically playing against each other, you were playing score versus score. That's how it came out.
It's funny.
Right.
It's the second time you brought up Pitfall. Like I would totally play a Pitfall
I
Pitfall
love
game.
Pitfall.
I like Pitfall. I do. I can
Bring
totally
back
rock
a
that.
Pitfall game. Do it Tomb Raider
ColecoVision,
style.
the whole nine thing. When I said it earlier, and I said it best, Nintendo 64 was the first one to incorporate 4 plugs into its console.
Right.
Everybody else, like remember PlayStation? They only had 2 right in the
Right,
front,
right.
and they
Right. You had to
physically
order-
you had to
you had to buy
order an
something.
actual thing
Yeah.
that lets you plug 4 more controllers
brick.
in. Right, exactly. And if you wanted to have a Madden, or if you wanted to do a
The-
lane or a
The
LAN
original
fucking
Nintendo
tournament with Halo,
had that, but it was like only 2 games supported it, so it was like, why bother?
Why bother?
Kind of like
Exactly.
the Robbie the Robot. There was
Yeah.
like, it was like 5 games actually used Robbie.
So after
Oh.
we hit 64, we get GameCube, and the rest of these come through. We
I had a
finally
GameCube.
hit-
I wasn't high on it.
wasn't bad.
Here's the thing: with GameCube, that era I tuned out completely.
Yeah, but you had to have it for Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers
I never got into
was
them.
fucking awesome.
The NASCAR game on GameCube was incredible because as you earned, things, if you made a certain level, and let's say you're in a season and you won 13 races, which only like 2 people have ever done, you got a little special video. Hi, I'm Richard Petty. You won 13 races. You've tied me. Great. Now let's see what you can do from here. Good luck. And every time you made a different level, there was a special video. Hi, and this is before Senior died. Hi, I'm Dale Earnhardt, and I see you've done this. Well, that's great for one season. What are you going to do next year? Folds his arms, and you're like, oh, I'm going to beat Dale Earnhardt.
No, nothing ever bet the first, Neo Geo, the racing game. Fuck was
Fucked
it?
if I can't remember. I know what you're talking about.
I'm drawing a
though.
blank. Need for Speed.
Good
Yeah,
game.
The first
Very
Need for
first
Speed
one.
on the 3DO.
3DO was
3DO, and it's like that
badass.
dorky ass guy like do these videos, just like the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
fucking run through red lights, cops coming, dude. You need a shrink.
Nice.
Like that was awesome.
That was the first of its kind. That was great. That was absolutely great. So you lead into those games, and even then, before them, they're not even online.
Nope.
It's not until we get into the PlayStation 2, and Xbox, and then that was
They
it,
started
man.
building their networks,
And that was it. Networks came, and it blew up. And how we played video games changed. And this is where we lost people like you.
Yeah.
No, this is where we lost people like you.
Antisocial.
Yeah.
Just like
fucker.
you said, I can't stand it when a 10-year-old beats my ass. Well, welcome to the world, dude. Because you know what? It's not just about you being the best on the block anymore.
Exactly.
Now it's about you being the best
My problem,
out there.
my problem is I could sit right here across where we're looking at this big ass TV, which you guys can't see, and I could sit with your boys. And if they kick my ass, I can look over, I can shake their hand and go, you know what? You earned it. You beat my ass. I don't want some fucking 9-year-old from Tulsa, Oklahoma, going, hey, old man. Go back and watch some Andy Griffith reruns, you dirty jackass.
See, the problem
and
is-
He doesn't know
fucking
you, but how old
feeds
you
out.
are
The
until you
problem
tell
is,
him.
dude, when we were playing fucking GoldenEye against each other, and we were playing wrestling against each other, and we beat each other's ass, what did we do?
Shit talking.
Oh, motherfucker! What's up, bitch?
You know what happened?
What's
You know
up?
what happened at
Whoa!
You guys all know what happened at the end. We all shook hands and were like, dude, see you next week. We're going to do this again.
No, absolutely.
And it was fun. Oh,
One of the
motherfucker.
reasons,
It's
one of
the
the
sa- it's
reasons
the
I
same way
stopped
with this
playing.
now.
It kind of is.
It
One of the
really
reasons
is.
I stopped playing World of Warcraft is because some of the people on there are just assholes.
That's what I'm saying.
you know. And
Some people look.
and
It's
I'm
like
I'm
anything
quester.
else in
I
this
go out
world,
there and
dude.
I quest and I occasionally do raids,
I agree.
but like when you do the raids, if you don't do something
Dude,
exactly right,
Prime example: Destiny.
Yeah.
Right. I love playing Destiny. I have.
lots of people do.
But the problem is, if you don't have your squad with you,
Right.
you ain't doing shit, dude. You can't do any of the big raids. You can't do any shit like that. So you go to plug the game in. Your people aren't there. Fuck it. You go offline. You go.
That's why
somewhere else.
That's why I lean more towards the crafting and the building and you know that.
I like the games
Yeah.
where you can do that, where you can go on the raids and you can have your group adventures. But just like you said, I want something where if they're not around,
It's what I love about 7 Days to Die, because you could build like this crazy fucking structure, and then like other players can come on and you can be like, "What? You want in?"
yeah, exactly.
There's a cost.
You want to live? You want to
There's a cost
live?
for coming in. You will work. You will build. You will mine. You will resource.
You know, the next time we revisit this, it would be great to maybe myself, you,
Why don't
Eddie,
you pick
somebody,
up an Xbox One and come join us one
right?
of these times?
See what happens.
Come on Xbox Live. You have a
We're
blast.
putting the word out now. If we revisit this topic ever again, like we did a year and a half, 2 years ago, now we're doing it now, and in the future, come on, tell us about the games you want to talk about. Sit on the phone. Sit here at Valhalla. Do what you got to do. Because the best part is when it's all over, I get to look to my right, and I get to wait for the top 10 list. This is my favorite part.
Absolutely. Or you can look me up, Cracker Wolf, and I'll see you on Xbox Live, and we'll can.
He is Portugal Viking
you up.
on the Twitter.
I'll fuck you up.
I am Seaburns19 on the Twitter. That's Eddie Focus on the Twitter. We are at Loki and Jabroni on the Twitter. You need to contact us. This is easy. There's just a lot of ways you can get in touch with us and form the future of the show. Also,
All right.
I want to see your head shaved. I
need to
think
get to 1,000 for that.
I
I
think
wanna
your
see-
AJ Styles thing has gone far enough.
I want to see your heads pop up in a major concert. Here it goes.
I'm excited.
I'm always excited. You know what's funny is that back in the day, they could draw 20,000 people to Madison Square Garden. Now they can't draw 300 people at the Wolf Den. We love you, Europe. It doesn't matter. You
Wait.
are...
Hold on. They can only pull 300 people at the Wolf Den? When were they here?
Well, that's all that can fit in the Wolf Den.
They were here last year, and somebody's like, "Oh,
gonna be
you guys
back
do
again.
the final countdown gimmick.
they're gonna be back
You
again.
should, yeah, they will." And I'm like,
If they only pulled 300,
"We're going to be one of the
we
300,
we should so have them play live.
right?" I'm serious. It'll be the best,
Show up in your fucking living room.
right? Quick, before he
That
goes
would
into
be the
top 10,
greatest top 10 list
I can't
ever.
stop talking about it. www.autismspeaks.com or .org. Sorry. Make your donation. We're trying to raise money. We're trying to get to a point where I can shave the chin biscuit. We can shave our
And
heads.
if you're a Yankees fan, I will join in. for the
$100
pain.
donation.
$100 donation in the last 2 weeks. I'll join this crazy fucker right here.
I've
and
got just the jersey for him, too.
I'll wear fucking.
Oh, boy.
I do too. It's a Salisbury jersey.
Come on, folks. We want to get up to
I got the jersey.
We want to get up to $1,999.
Oh, wait.
And
did
that's
we not
it.
say $2,000? If we get to
No.
$2,000, we're taking this guy for
we
a
only
body
want
wax.
$1,999, folks.
That's all he's looking
I'll
at.
settle for
No,
$1,900.
it's taking me this long. Horse shit.
I'll settle for $1,999.99.
This guy has a top 10 list.
So here we go. All right. With video games, unfortunately, also comes weight gain.
Uh-oh.
Because you guys are munching on Cheetos. Yep. Taco Bell, a little too much Mountain Dew. It happens. I understand. You need to go outside. You need to get, some running, some basketballs. It's okay. But your pal Loki has it. He's got your back because he loves you. Top 10 ways to tell that you are getting too fat and you need to go outside and get yourself some exercise. All right? Number 10, when you go to your friend's wedding and you dance, you make the band skip.
Ooh.
It's like,
I just used that joke the other day. And I won't say with who. I will not say with who. But somebody said, "Am I getting fat?" And I was like, "No, it's not like you're walking across the room and the radio skips. Q105555555.
this is the band. This is the band.
I got
this
you.
is the band.
I got you. I got you.
Number 9, you go bungee jumping and go straight to hell.
Oh, fuck.
There's no best.
That's a good one.
Like that one, right? Mm-hmm. Number 8, you go to the zoo and the elephants start throwing peanuts at you.
Wow.
No, that's a bad sign. all
Mom?
right? But thank you for getting out. At least you went to the zoo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you're out there in the peanut and you get
Sunlight and
peanuts-
exercise. It's not like they bring the animals to you, you fat fuck. Did I say that out loud?
I think you did. Number 7, your driver's license says picture continue to the other side.
Wow.
You actually have to flip it around. Like
Nice. It's a fold out.
Number 6, you go to a restaurant and instead of a menu, you get an estimate.
Nice. I'm hoping my favorite one's on here. I've got one. Oh, shit.
That's horrible.
That's good shit. I hope my favorite one's on here.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Or you go to an all-you-eat buffet and they say, turn around,
Yep.
turn around.
You're no longer welcome here.
One of my personal favorites, you have to put a boomerang to get your belt on. No,
That's
literally,
a-
I mean,
That's a good one.
right about the back. That's
Nice. Oh, wow.
Number 4, your family portrait has stretch marks.
Ooh.
It's true. It's damn true. No. At that point, you really got to pick up your cell phone and get Pokemon Go.
The opinions expressed by Loki do not necessarily represent anyone else in the entire fucking world.
Number 3, People have to take 3 trains, a bus ride, just to get on your good side.
Nice. I like that.
That's
Hello. That's some good shit.
Number 2, your nickname is Holy Shit!
I didn't say it till she took her top off.
That was not right.
Number 1. And the number 1. You get runs in your jeans, for fuck's sake. Go outside and get some fucking exercise. Put the controller down.
Nice.
Put the Doritos down.
Nice.
It's over.
Or at a minimum, buy a fucking weed.
Right? You missed my
Buy a
favorite.
weed.
You missed my favorite one. You iron your clothes in the driveway with a steamroller.
Oh, I like that. See, that's I think I had a couple longer ones. I tried to keep the long ones
Right?
short.
Wow. Good shit, brother.
I'm sorry. It's been a while since I did fat jokes, so
Well,
you know.
I'm taking this
I
hat
figured I
off.
could incorporate it.
What, are you saving them up?
I was. I figured I'd incorporate it with the whole fact that everybody says that nerds, dorks, geeks, and controller warriors, as I like to call them. All right, no. For the longest time, that was a stereotype. If you played video games, you were a fat, germy, nose-wiping blob.
Well, that seems to be, if you ever watched the World of Warcraft episode of South Park.
Did you say what I think you said?
That was the guy. That was the guy.
Germy, nose-wiping blob, yes, I did.
Frank Sadowski is
Oh, my
the...
God. I almost forgot about
Oh,
that
Jesus.
guy. Oh.
Yeah, you know the one. Frank Sadowski is the proud owner of this hat.
This is proof
ahead.
that you shouldn't always meet people that you talk to on the internet.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Amen.
that's a good call. Good call right there.
Amen.
Man.
Frank Sadowski, you're the proud owner of this hat. With your $25 donation, we will all sign this. This will be sent off to you. Will, your picture is on its way. Once again, www.autismspeaks.org. We are trying to raise money. April is Autism Awareness Month. If we do nothing on this show, we try to push things that are good for the community.
And let me tell you, there is nothing better than these little autistic kids.
Santa Loki will tell you that.
If you guys have ever get a chance, if you've never seen, I guess it's. What would you? It's not really like it's not a disease. It's a condition, right?
It's a condition. It's a disability.
There you go, a disability.
They can't help it. It's not like
their bodies are telling them to do like 50 different things, and their minds are completely over here. Like literally, this year I literally got a chance to see multiple kids. Like he said, Santa Loki. I played Santa Claus for the autistic community over here in Montville. And each one of these kids sitting on my lap, man, I mean, just looking into their eyes, you can see like 50 million things going on, and happiness is in every single one. But their bodies fighting, their minds fighting. These kids are absolutely incredible. So if you're going to donate your money to anything, literally, this is something that you can't beat. I mean, these kids deserve it. They really do. They're freaking. They're heroes. They're absolute freaking heroes in my eyes. They
absolutely.
Really are.
And next year we'll have another great cause. Don't forget, if you are in the southeastern Connecticut area, Friday, April 21st, Mohegan Sun Arena is Bellator. Blair Tugman is fighting. We got Patricio Pitbull versus Daniel Strauss for the title. They're going to be the headliner. Blair is going to be on bright and early this time. We're going to be there. We're going to be cheering on the Bull Shark. April 30th, Sunday, Arugas.
The
Loki,
franchise.
Jabroni, Focus, and the franchise. We're going to sweet talk that motherfucker into calling us on the phone. Or
he's going to come right over to this table and say, hey, what's up? He's going to come right over.
Bring it.
Come right over to this camera, sit right between us and be like, what's going on, people? $20, you can get both. $10 if you just want to get the picture of him and the greet, sort of say. Another $10 if you want an autographed 8x10. He's going to have DVDs out there like he did last time. There's going to be all kinds of great pictures.
I have a Shane Douglas VHS. Yes, I'm that old. VHS interview that he did with RF Video where they call it a shoot interview, which means it's real. They're not storylining. And he is just an incredible storyteller. One of the things I want to talk to Shane Douglas about, which you may not know, and Eddie, you may not know, is he's a huge Kiss fan. I want to talk to him about Kiss.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Shut up,
you guys.
Fuck you, Eddie.
Heck,
I mean, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Our boy just picked up that freaking Intercontinental belt.
Eric B. Mitchell.
There you go, man. Why don't you go get that shit signed by the franchise
A
himself?
former Intercontinental champion.
Oh, my goodness. That's a freaking option right there, man. If you have any belts available, heck, if you got the freaking ECW championship, bring that down there.
Two-time
Get that
ECW world champion.
You can't beat it, man. Anything. Seriously, $20, picture and autographed. You can't beat it, dude. $20 can't even get you into a fucking movie. Oh, I mean, it can get you in one person in a movie theater.
But it ain't going to get you popcorn.
You ain't getting no popcorn. You ain't getting no soda. You ain't getting nothing else. Drop you $20. Get a lifetime experience. Get that autograph. Come hang out with us. Come get some of that buffalo chicken cheesy mac right there at Aruga's on 32.
And get the fried pickles.
And get the no, those are good. Those are fucking good.
Love me some fried pickles.
Fried pickles are good.
Amazing. Amazing.
And beer.
Oh, beer is good and stuff.
And
so
stuff.
Here you are. Next week, it is the return of... Do you know what's fucked up?
What's fucked
Do you know what's fucked up? Do you know what's fucked up? It's fucked up. Do you know what's fucked up comes back next week. And believe me, I've been dipping
the
into the...
brainchild of Mr. Fuckus himself.
And I've been dipping into the Florida pool. So I got one Florida story for next week.
There's plenty
yes.
of it.
After
There's
a
plenty of
6-month moratorium, I am bringing Florida back.
I do have a quick Florida one that has nothing to do with people.
Go ahead.
I saw a video that actually horrified me before I say goodbye to you guys for the night. The video was called "Don't Mess with a Gator During Feeding Time."
Oh my god, I saw that shit.
Did you see that, dude? So this dude is feeding the gators, and all of a sudden this poor little gator starts strolling over to get some fish, and this other gator grabs onto this one gator's leg, does the roll of death, rips the gator's leg off, and then eats it. Now, the best part of this, did you see the gator? He looked at his buddy and said, "Come on, dude, you just took my fucking leg off, man."
Come on, man.
If you guys did not get a chance to see this video, please go out and see
some
it.
good shit.
Watch the fucking gator's face at the end of it. I swear to God, you could throw a "come on, man" in there perfectly.
Let's say thank you to Blair Tugman. Let's say thank you to Stan Tall. Let's say thank you
man.
to Sublime Inc. Let's say thank you to all the people who continually, much like you guys, keep us rolling every
Hey
single
guys,
week.
make sure if you want this T-shirt, I mean, TikTok, we're right there. If you are not a Patreon donor, you will not be getting this T-shirt. And right now, we were offering a special deal that if you sign on now, we'll give you this month's T-shirt because I think Focus broke it down earlier. You can do 4 payments, $6 a week, and that'll get you your guaranteed T-shirt for the end. Or if you do 2, you can get one every other.
You get a
we will guarantee you
bi-monthly T-shirt.
We will guarantee you get this one if you sign today.
This ends at midnight.
Tonight.
Do not fall off. If you're listening to us on Saturday, I don't want to say you're shit out of luck, but let us know that you heard it on Saturday.
Yeah, if you heard it on Saturday, no, we'll fit you in. If you heard it on Saturday, you sign up then, I'll give it to you
We'll
then.
grandfather your ass in.
We'll grandfather you in. We will, because that is. But this is the last chance you get of doing this as far as joining the T-shirt. And it is the coveted Loki and Jabroni horse shit T-shirt.
Well,
you
it's not
do
the
not.
last chance. You make...
Oh, no, I'm making extras. No, I am making extras.
I want one, and I don't have to
Contribute for a
donate.
month,
I'm
get
a
a
part of
T-shirt.
this.
Sign up whenever. Contribute for a month, you get a T-shirt.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have to be a calendar month.
I'm looking at my watch. I know this guy's got to go. I know a bunch of us do. No Patreon tonight, but we might bring it back again because my ride is about 10 minutes out. So I love what we do here every week. I love talking about the video games, the wrestling, all this bullshit, and I'm looking forward to next week, which is my favorite time of the month. No, not that time of the month. I'm talking about, do you know what's fucked up? Mm-hmm. It's the best. Because Ed brings some good shit to the table.
Dude, I've been saving up.
I figured you would.
Like, to the point where I stopped reading the news because it's just all so fucked up.
It's everything. All you got to do is open up the fucking Facebook.
And I guarantee you, no Cleveland shooter next week unless he's brought in.
No, we'll find out. He's going to go.
I'm not going to talk about United Airlines.
Thank God, because I will. That's my promise.
United Airlines off limits. Heard
no,
enough of it.
no.
Heard enough of it.
No.
Heard enough of it.
Horseshit. Next week, you know what? I'm going to put it right here, right now.
What
Next week,
about the couple from United Airlines that wanted to upgrade and they wouldn't?
next week, top 10 list. United Airlines. That's my promise to you, the faithful listener.
Now taking applications for a new co-host.
You can't do that. Good night, guys. We love you. Do you want to say something to the folks on the way
Have a good
out?
night, guys. See you next week. Love you.
Peace.